1, wake up, really gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flies, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up, really gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Well, I don't give a shit. Because if people don't like me because of the way I talk or think, that's their business. See what I'm saying? That's their business. Like, it's your business. I ain't mad at you if you don't like me. I don't give a fuck. Like, you know, it's your business. It's not my business. The question is why do people care? Well, I'll tell you why. Because they need your validation. They want you to like me because they don't like themselves. So they're looking for everybody else to validate their value. Am I cool? Am I good? You like me?
Did I make it?
Am I right? Huh? You know, I don't do that.
See, I don't know about y'all, but like for real, I don't mind being talked about. My problem come in when they start making stuff up. So you can talk about me all you want. It is what it is. You know, it's either I did it or I didn't. I said it or I didn't. Whatever the case is, I don't care. I let whoever think whatever, feel whatever. That's on them. You know what I'm saying? But it's the making up part. It's the lying part. It's the adding on to part that always get me. I don't mind being talked about. It's when y'all start lying that bothers me.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Get breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.
Well, hello, beautiful people of YouTube. TGIF. It's also Black Friday, right? I'm not a Black Friday person. I don't even know if it exists anymore. I think Black Friday only exists online because when Black Friday was first invented, it was to pull people into the store. Most people had that Friday off and they found it a great day to purchase a bunch of stuff. It was one of the biggest holiday sale days in history, and it continued into perpetuity. And here we are, many, many, many years later, and we're still doing the Black Friday thing. I have never been one to do Black Fridays. I think I did one time here in Bradenton where I actually stood in line. I did get a door prize. It was kind of, waiting for 5 hours to get a measly door prize. I'm sorry if anybody, I didn't just wake up one day and say, hey, I don't have patience. You know what I'm saying? I never did that. I just never had patience, folks. I just never had it. I'm not the one, if I got to go to a store, I have a list. I go in there, get the stuff I need, and I'm on my way. We're going to be rolling with our live today for a couple hours. I have my dental appointment this morning to fix my front tooth. So can't tell. They still look pretty, but there is just a little sliver right here of a filling that broke off and fell out. So I'm going to get that filled this morning. Hopefully, knock on wood. They don't hurt me. I hate needles, and they have to. I hate it. I hate it. But I'll still be talking. They'll have this stuff in my mouth, and they'll be talking to me. I have a conversation with the dentist. I never stop talking. It's probably why I'm so good on YouTube, right? Arkansas, #1. She was the first to like. If you guys haven't liked this segment, go out there and like it. We got a lot of stuff we're going to cover in this 2 hours. I'm going to try to open up the panel as quickly as possible because the stuff we're going to be looking at is going to be, we're just going to go through the social media profiles. I can't believe, I found a good hefty portion of all their social medias. And we're just going to take a look and look at the Idaho 4's life. What was life like for them prior to this horrible, this horrible crime that happened to them. So anyways, good morning, Arkansas. Nice to have you over here. Amanda, nice to see you. Winnie, Silent Treatment, Colette, nice to see you. Lady 7 Up, nice to see you. Melissa, Angie, Patricia, Caroline, Rebecca, Linda, M&M, nice to see you this morning. I had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I didn't do Thanksgiving yesterday. If anybody's been watching Bullhorn Betty's channel, I cooked a Thanksgiving meal for myself on Wednesday. I had a nice Thanksgiving meal twice yesterday because, a 12-pound bird for one person is still a 12-pound bird. But again, I only eat the white meat of the bird and I cook the rest of it down for different meals throughout the year, chicken pot pies, things of that nature, or, just chicken gravy over or turkey gravy over rice or mashed potatoes, just something simple that I can have a few meals in the next month or two. So it's nice. I didn't mind cooking the bird. It was fun. I could have invited, my mom and everybody over, but my mom was traveling to Cape Coral. And I just, I wasn't even going to be here for Thanksgiving. I was going to actually run away, but seeing the car, I was just getting the car out of the shop the day before. I didn't really have time to plan. So I stayed here, but I may stay here for Christmas this year. I may not. We will see. I may do a Christmas like a week before or a week after Christmas with the family. Who knows? I'm unsure yet. I'm undecided. Claudia Lee, nice to see you. Misty, Pure Divine, nice to see you. Karen Davis, Emma. You can always drop videos like that in the crime group. Oh, yeah. For those that don't know, we have a Bullhorn Betty True Crime Facebook group that you don't have to be my friend on my friend side. I have also a Bullhorn Betty personal page as well. So you can actually request to be my friend. I have to be honest, I really haven't started posting in there because all these cases going on. I really haven't had an opportunity to get in there and kind of, hang out with you guys. But as these cases start, dwindling down a little bit and things aren't so crazy, then we'll start having some chats and some discussions inside our Facebook group. This particular show is not being live streamed through to the Facebook group. However, we do live stream to the Facebook group as well. In some instances, not always. I like to pull people over to the YouTube side, but some people just like Facebook. So we do throw shows up there, live shows up there every now and again for them. So if you guys would like to join, you just have to answer a few questions. Now, I know people have reached out to me and said, oh, I haven't been approved yet. I don't deal, just like the moderators on the YouTube group, I no longer deal with any of that. There was a couple people that reached out. I let people know that we're modding, that you have to be part of the Mod Squad chat on Facebook, because that's where we communicate. That's where we, have conversations about how to properly mod this channel. So if you were a mod and you've lost your wrench or anything like that, it's only because you did not get over into the Mod Squad. And so if you're not in the Mod Squad, you can't be a moderator. So if anybody's wondering it, you didn't do anything wrong. It's not a punishment to you in the least little bit. It's if you don't have a Facebook, that is kind of a prerequisite to be a mod on the Bullhorn Betty channel. You have to have an established Facebook page, and you have to be friends with me on Facebook as well as be added to our Mod Squad. So we will be adding some mods as time goes on, but again, those will be recommended to me by other moderators that we currently have. And, those will be added upon their approval. The Facebook group is managed and ran by our beautiful mods here of the Bullhorn Betty channel. Again, if anything was deleted, it wasn't because I deleted it. It's because our mods didn't find it appropriate to be on the page. Our Facebook group is not an advertisement for other creators. However, we do, these are about cases. So if other creators have great opinions, opinion pieces, commentary, and things of that nature that you want to share on that, there's nothing wrong with that. We just don't want somebody, going live and putting it in our chat over and over, every day. That's not what the chat's there for. If that's what you'd like to do, you need to create your own Facebook group and run your stuff live in your own Facebook group. So those are just kind of a few little things. We're already filling up the chat this morning. We have almost 500 people in here. Again, as you guys are coming in, please don't forget to like this segment. And as we fill up the rules of the chat, you can say what you mean. You can mean what you say, but you don't have to say it mean. We talk about a lot of sensitive topics here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. And I realize that, every now and again, debates can get heated. And when you start seeing your pressure or your frustration elevate, maybe you need to just take a step back and take a breath, because we're all friends here. We don't like the whole everybody parrots each other. So I don't expect everybody to have the same opinion or the same speculation. And that's wonderful because it gives us a nice round perspective, and it makes for great debate. So, even though you guys are, talking about don't let your opinions and your speculation, get you nasty because somebody's not seeing something your way or things of that nature. I just want everybody to enjoy themselves here. It is Friday. We're in the holiday season. We have We just had Thanksgiving where we were all thankful and blessed for our family and friends and all the great things that have happened throughout 2022. And we're sliding into Christmas, the season of giving and being kinder to one another. And so I hope you guys all can do that. Again, you got to remember the people that have to moderate this are the beautiful people, the moderators of the Bullhorn Betty channel. So also think about them and their feelings, because they like you guys. They don't want to have to be the bad guys that has to, remove a comment or time you out. They love you. They come here to enjoy themselves too. So if we can all just enjoy ourselves and learn about cases and give our perspective and, talk about them. And, we are curious, especially with this Idaho 4. There's so much speculation out there, from it being a stalker or a serial killer to it being, the neighbor next door, right? So, anything really at this point is on the table. I'm very thankful that law enforcement is clearing things up as we go through. We are going to be talking about the misconceptions of this case. And I want to clarify a lot of things in my position on this. And my position varies significantly from other creators on here. And I think some other creators are kind of, right there in line with me, at least for one of my theories or a couple of my theories. I still have multiple theories. I'm not with one specific theory just yet in this investigation. But we are going to go through the facts of the case, because at the end of the day, we need to maintain an understanding, a great understanding of what the true facts of this case are, because as those facts change, so will our opinions, our theories, and our speculation. I hope you guys have all grabbed your coffee, right? It is the coffee club, and the coffee club has already started. And if you are short coffee, you need to go get a beverage, not an alcoholic one, unless it's nighttime and you're halfway across the world. I don't think your boss will approve. Right? I'm my own boss and I still don't approve, right? Happy birthday, a birthday coffee with Betty. Samantha, is it your birthday? If it is, happy birthday, Samantha, from the Bullhorn Betty channel to you. God bless you. You are a beautiful person inside and out. And we are so thankful that you are spending your birthday here with us on the Bullhorn Betty channel and part of the coffee club. So God bless you. Happy birthday. I hope you have an amazing day. Don't go shopping. If you want to have an amazing day, don't go shopping. You will be ready to pull your hair out. I noticed some raw video footage of all the girls in the house that was fairly rowdy behavior on their part while still alive. I'm sure. They're college kids. I was a college kid once. My little sister is a more recent college kid than I. And yeah, college kids get a little rowdy. College kids, female and male, they get a little rowdy. It's all part of the whole college experience. A lot of these people are from Idaho. Like, they could have commuted if they so chose to a community college or the university. A lot of these kids are staying on campus housing or off campus housing because they want the whole university experience. That's because I kept asking my little sister, like, we have some amazing colleges right here in our own town. Why is she going to Orlando to get her education? And it was, she didn't want to be too far away from home, but she still wanted to have the whole university experience, going to college, being out on her own. Those are just life skills that children should have. Now, did she do it perfectly? Of course not. She was a young lady that came from a house where, I know my mother does literally everything. When you're growing up, you don't even get you get scooted out of the kitchen. It's like, mom takes care of the kitchen, mom takes care of the house, mom takes care of the cleaning, mom takes care of everything. So you gotta, that's a kind of sheltered life. And then Taylor was, she was raised kind of like an only child, because my older sister and I were, 20 and 18 years older than my little sister when she was born. So it was just a different dynamic, but she really wanted that university experience. She really wanted to spread her wings and fly. And, I went there after 6 weeks and it looked like the whole dorm literally imploded on her. Like, it was just, ugh, like, but that's teenage kids, right? They have to find their own way. I used to be that way whenever I was her age, not cleaning and stuff. I mean, my house is kept up. I mean, it's lived in. It's not, white glove clean like my mother. I don't know what it is with the women, of the day. Every person that I know that, even like Olivia's white glove clean, like they have, I don't know how, they're like super women. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they maintain jobs, maintain taking care of taking care of the kids. And like my mother, I remember her waking up with the vacuum cleaner. So that was our alarm clock every morning to go to school. Time to get up, girls. Right? She cleaned that house literally from top to bottom. She said, I don't even know what time she woke up. I have no clue, but either way. Samantha D, nice to see you. Debbie Rose, Madison and Kaylee didn't pay for their food that night. They were handed off their food. Joe, the heavyset guy in the video, stated this in a statement to police. Interesting. And where are we getting these statements that they made to the police? Because they haven't really disclosed these things unless the food or that Joe gentleman spoke out, and told his side. I don't know where we're getting that, and I'd like to know, because again, these things are very important. If we can, provide clarity and know that it's corroborated and vetted information, then we can, tell them this is fact. When it's just a statement, we don't know where it comes from. We have to take it as rumor or speculation. We can't take it as facts. So if you guys do post some stuff in here, if you know where it originated from, maybe give us a little insight on where it originated from. That would be awesome. Don't forget to hit the like button when you come in. Thank you, Emma. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Well, good morning to you, Caroline, as well. Mike Steven, nice to see you. Dana, nice to see you. To number 27. Rebecca, nice to see you. Building, golly, this is the crazy thing, and you guys are going to have to help me, because I don't know if I want to, I want to decorate a little bit for Christmas, but if anybody knows anything about me, I love Christmas. I have every imaginable decoration for inside this house and outside this house. But every year, except with the exception of last year, but I ran away last year for Christmas. So I didn't do anything to set up this house, to put the tree up, to put the lights on the outside, to make it look really pretty outdoors or anything like that. I didn't do anything. And then this year, so these are the 2 years that I didn't have my husband, right? I've been, we're on year 2. We've been divorced now we've been separated for almost 2 years, been divorced now for a year. And, I'm trying to decide, do I want to pull all this crap out and try to do it myself this year? That extra set of hands came. Don't tell the ex I said this. Don't tell the ex I said this, right? But that second set of hands, oops, I just lost my earring. Really does help in some respect. Not worth the drama, the tree. If I have to deal with it, but I don't know if I'm gonna put the tree up because the tree is so big. And I have, last year I had one recliner. I had my power reclining sofa and the couch. This year I have 2 reclining chairs and the couch. So I'm not quite sure where I'm going to put the other chair, the other recliner, to put the big tree up, because this house is not that big. When every other time we did stuff like this, if something needed to be moved, I had a big, strong guy to move the stuff out of my way and bring the stuff into that. But I digress. So I'm going to leave it up to you how much I'm going to decorate this home. But just be easy on Bullhorn Betty. Remember, it's just me, and I still have to take care of this show as well, right? So Barbara G, nice to see you. Stacy Cool Gamer. Peggy Urban, nice to see you. Fascinating, but very sad case. Yes, grunge. It is a very, very sad case. Colleen Howard, nice to see you, love. Kim Lamb, Patty Gallagher, Pen 1010, nice to see you. Alicia, Tiffany, I've been watching you from the hospital for a couple weeks. Oh, well, we hope you feel better, love. We hope you feel better. So sad, these kids and their families. Thanks for covering and keeping me company. Oh, well, you recover. Absolutely. We love it. We hope you feel better. We absolutely hope you feel better and get rested. And we have another family member that's also in the hospital, Angela D. We want a big shout out for her for a speedy recovery. We want her back just as soon as possible. Heather Mack, nice to see you. Zen, nice to see you. Miss Lee. Tenzi, nice to see you. Who else? Merja. David, I think I told you hi, Karen. I'm not sure if I did or not. If I didn't, good morning. Nadia, Margaret Allen, Shelly Babes, Indy, Pebbles. Oh, nice to see you, May May. Cat Aussie Girl, Jesse. Who else do I have? I think I got everybody. If I missed you guys, Dixie Rebel. Good morning. Good morning, love. Moonlight Magic, I think. Miss Renee, Stacy, Samantha D. Oh, Emma, it's nice to see you here, love. Nice to see you here. Good morning. And I don't know if it's good morning to you because you're across the pond, but hey, hey from the States. My one Black Friday buy, I got a Snoop on a stoop. Cute. Yeah, nice to see you as well. I do hate shopping. I do hate shopping. It is like pulling teeth for me. If I can get it delivered, like, listen to this. I was so frustrated. I don't know if you guys noticed this. Whenever they first started with all the mailing to your front door, you could literally go to Walmart and buy anything. Now they said it that if you buy $35, and I think the $35 has always been that way. You have to buy up to $35 to get the free shipping to your door. I used to be able to get canned goods as part of that shipping. I used to be able to buy laundry soap and toilet paper and paper towels, not the, $8 a freaking roll paper towels, the name brand, Sparkle, Great Value brand type stuff. And now I'm noticing that all their products, and even if you could have literally $200 worth of stuff in your cart to have delivered here and let it have a Great Value name tag on it, and you have to go to the store to pick it up. So the only way that they will deliver it here is if you buy the top quality toilet paper or paper towels to have it delivered with your $200 order. I found that to be disgusting. And so what I started doing is I started paying a little bit more, and I started ordering from Walgreens. You don't want to send me my toilet paper and my paper towels? You want me to go to the store and pick it up when I have a $200 bill coming to my house? Nah. You don't want to deliver it, I'll find somebody that will. And that's exactly what I did. I started buying stuff from Walgreens. And it's because I got frustrated with Walmart. Like, I can have a roll, rolls of paper towels delivered here one week. You go back and order the same product, and all of a sudden it's not up for 2-day delivery. I hate that. That drives me nuts. When I rely on something, I expect it to be reliable. I expect if I ordered it from it once, I expect to order it from it again. And when they start playing these games, it pisses me off. Like, if you need to raise the price 50 cents to have it delivered to my front door, guess what, Walmart? Raise the freaking price 50 cents. Don't tell me I got to come to your damn store to pick it up when you're delivering $200 worth of shit at my front door. Okay? I got a problem with that. Bullhorn Betty has a problem with that. So I don't know if anybody else has noticed that. But that is one of those pet peeves that literally drive me up a wall. I swear to God. And it's simply because I don't like shopping. If I spend the time to shop online, put it in my cart, and pay for it, I want it delivered here. I don't want to have part of it delivered here and then have to drive halfway across town to go pick up the other part. What's the purpose? If I'm going to go to the damn store, I'll just pick up everything at the damn store. Like, do you not get it? Walmart.com. If I'm ordering it, I want it shipped here. If I go to your store, I want to purchase it in person, just to let you know. And I like to be the one that makes the decision, not Walmart.com. Oh, Lord. Right? I mean, come on. Like, I could probably have them deliver alcohol here as long as it's top shelf, right? They'll probably tell me I need to come pick up my liquor if I order, great value vodka. Don't buy great value vodka. Actually, you never know. You might be pleasantly surprised. Who knows, right? We're friends. I must have added you back a while. Oh, okay. What's the page? I'm not sure who you're talking to. Sorry, Rebecca. Momo, nice to see you. Guidance and light. I heard you. Now, call me crazy. I woke up last night. I think it was like 2:30 or 3 o'clock. If anybody knows me, the first thing I do when I wake up is I look on the phone. Did anybody text, call that while I was, sleeping, and who's online? And I saw Dolly Vision was online this morning around 3 o'clock. I just popped in there for a little bit, but I happened to pop in there. Did you call into a show? I could have sworn you didn't say this is guidance, but I'm telling you, I could have sworn that was your voice on the other end of the phone. And when you called in, I was almost like I'm ready to call in myself because you called in, and I'm like, that's guidance. I want to say hi. And then I'm like, I'm just waking up, like one eye open, right? And so I'm like, nah, maybe I won't. And so I sit there and watch the chat for a little bit, and I just roll back over and go to sleep. And then I woke up again at 5:30, and it was still going on. So from 3 to 5:30, I missed everything you guys talked about, but I swear I heard your voice on the other end of the phone at some weird, crazy hour. And you were actually making sense, which again, I don't know how anybody can make sense at 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't know how Dolly does it, especially pining like he does, right? I don't know how he can keep the conversation straight. I mean, I have a glass of wine and I'm like, what am I doing over here? Please don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you. I doubt the killer would have called 911. Me too. That's a good point, Mike. I don't think the killer would have called 911 either. I really don't. Mods are awesome in here. I have to agree. It's like everybody's baby. They think it's the cutest. I think my mods are absolutely the best across the entire YouTube planet. And I truly believe that. I really do. We have some of the best mods here. I love my mods. I don't know what I would do without them. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, just not here in Arizona. It's more like summer, blah. Well, I looked out yesterday. I was actually surprised because here in Florida, at least in Bradenton, I looked when we were live yesterday morning. I looked out the window because I got just a little crack. I keep my blinds shut, but I have just a little crack down at the bottom because this is where my equipment. I put my equipment in the window. Probably not the best thing for equipment, but it's in the window because it's the only place I have to put it for the Wi-Fi. And so it's just got a little thing. It was cloudy. It was like muggy, cloudy, overcast. And then when I got back up and we were getting ready to go through the afternoon stuff, I look outside and it's nice, beautiful, clear skies, everything. It looked like it was going to rain and be ugh. Guys, I've got a surprise for you, but I can't tell you really any information about it. Oh, Samantha D, thank you for becoming the newest Coffee Club member. Thank you. I am behind about 10 minutes in the chat, so I'm trying to go through these very quickly. She used to pay. You can hear from the beginning of the video, she was on her phone, and the food truck guy was explaining how to get some deal. Yeah, it sounded like everything was done by Cash App, PayPal, to that food truck. They even had their, the recording on Twitch. Like they go live on Twitch and for people to know where they're at, I guess, because it's a food truck. It's mobile. Yes, they paid $10. Just saying. Okay, so it does sound, yeah. Pete, guys, the kids these days do things a lot differently than we did in our day. Our day, at least when I was growing up, cash was king. Cash was king. Credit, nah, not so much. People had credit cards and stuff like that, but everybody always had cash on hand. Nowadays, we are in a plastic world. And me personally, I feel bad because, Christmas time, people on the corner of the roads, they want a buck or two, for their can and, whatnot. I can't even do that because I don't carry cash with me. I carry plastic. I learned that in my 20s. That's when everybody was starting to convert over to debit cards and not debit cards, but Visa and Master type debit cards and things of that nature. But it was crazy because I remember when I used to go out to the bars in my 20s, you know, I'd tie one on. Well, it seemed awfully funny because I'd always lose my cash or somebody would steal my purse. It just never seemed to amaze me. So I stopped bringing my purse in, and, you know, cash would fall out of my pockets or whatever. Next thing you know, I'm broke. And so I quit. I stopped taking cash because you lose cash, you're screwed. Somebody steals your credit card, on the other hand, while you're at a bar or racks up a charge that you didn't authorize. You call the bank and they reverse those charges and you're not out of any money. So I started using my credit card in my 20s. And as time went on, I started carrying less and less cash. And why do I carry less and less cash? Because I'd find that I'd have cash in my wallet and still use my card. So what was the point in even having the cash in the I can't remember the last time that I actually needed cash. But it sucks because when you need cash, you need cash. Like, you ain't buying jack crap if the credit card machines are down, you know? So, where else? Don't forget to hit the like button. Contact. Okay, my email is bullhornbetty@gmail.com if you guys need to contact me. So let me just go on. It's nice to see you guys. We're already 36 minutes into the show, and I haven't even started talking about what we're here for. I'm kind of strapped for time today. If we're going to open up the you know, chat and or phones for you guys, I need to get through this stuff. So to be honest with you, it's just pretty simple. We're just going to be going through, I went through all this stuff. Here's the kind of knife that they are believing that it could be. Now, if this was the knife, now, you know, there are different types of knives. Some of them have both sides here that have this little bar to help you from slipping down the knife. If it was something like this, it's still possible that this person in their rage could have cut themselves. But that's really the only reason why I brought this really up for you guys. You know, we know about these students. We know that things have happened. And, you know, I did want to go through some of their social media. So this is also another, sorry, the content isn't available right now. Okay, well, let's go back. Oh, I don't know what happened, but either way, we've got content here from Maddie Mogan. These are kind of some of the life prior to, you know, prior to these girls meeting their demise. There's not a whole lot here that's accessible to the general public other than this. This is Maddie right here. She is one of the victims that lost her life. Now, I am a little concerned because, you know, the reason why I'm bringing up Maddie a lot is because many of you guys know that have been watching me that I know a lot of people are talking about serial killers. A lot of people are talking about, you know, the Dahmer effect and things of that. I just don't believe it because I'm listening to what law enforcement is telling us, and I'm taking what they're telling us as fact. And at the end of the day, what is fact to us is that law enforcement truly believes this is a targeted attack. You know, does that mean that this person was unknown or known to one or all of the people in the house? We don't know. We know that there is a mess of people that are cleared. Some people are trying to say that Maddie's boyfriend, Jake, we get confused with Jack and Jake. Jack is Kaylee's boyfriend. Jake is Maddie's boyfriend. I went back to every single press conference and I listened because everybody's like, oh no, Jake was cleared. He was one of the first ones cleared. No, he was not. We have watched over and over at least 2 or 3 press conferences where the Captain Lanier has confirmed on each and every press conference the people specifically that have been cleared. And he adds to that list as that information becomes available. Let's go over that so everybody knows, because once you hear this, you will realize that Jake, Maddie's boyfriend, has never been cleared. And we're learning from family members right? We're learning from family members that this was a sloppy crime scene. I don't know where people have gotten this was clean, this was calculated. Who said that? I mean, if that's his opinion, if what law enforcement told to this family, some creator believes that it's not true, living in, Maine, I don't know if I'm going to believe the creator living in Maine of what's going on in Idaho related to this case and the type of crime scene that we're looking at here. We have been told this crime scene was sloppy. It was so sloppy that law enforcement got some 103 pieces of individual evidence from that crime scene. That is huge. That's a lot of evidence. That is a lot of evidence. So I don't, what people are saying and what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing from law enforcement is not gelling well. There's no way that this crime scene was calculated and appeared to be that somebody had previously killed people. Just because they killed 4 people doesn't mean that this person has done this before. It just means this person was raging, so much so he took anybody that interfered or got in his way. I say he because I truly believe that this was carried out by a man, that no woman would have been able to take on Ethan. So when we came back, Captain Lanier said in one press conference, the 2 surviving roommates were cleared. The grub truck individual walking with the girls in the white hoodie was cleared. And the private driver that took the girls home from the grub truck were cleared. That's what came out first. Then, in another press conference, we realized that the male subject, which was later identified as Jack, not Jake, Jack, Kaylee's boyfriend, the one that Kaylee and Maddie called that evening in the early morning hours of the day that they met their demise. Kaylee called him 7 times from her phone. Maddie called him 3 times from her phone. So a total of 10 calls to Jack. Again, not Jake, Jack, Kaylee's boyfriend. That later came out from Captain Lanier that he was cleared. Again, not Jake. Then in another press conference, we found out that the 911 call was we knew it was from one of the surviving roommates, but people assumed it was the surviving roommate that called. That is when we learned that it was on the surviving roommate's phone, but from what law enforcement, even though they haven't said somebody else used her phone specifically, they basically said that they've never stated that the surviving roommate is the one that made the call. And so that had gleaned a few other, questions related to the 911 call. If it wasn't the roommate that made the call, who was it? And then a reporter said, were there more people inside that home than just the surviving roommates? Now we're starting to see the clearer picture that people were actually showing up to that home, that it was potential that one of the roommates actually saw what they saw and may have passed out, or they thought one of the victims was merely passed out as opposed to deceased. That is also a possibility. And then they further alleged in another press conference that anybody that spoke to the dispatcher from inside the residence, and I kind of found it odd the way that they stated it. He didn't state that everybody in the house at the time they arrived on scene was cleared. What they said was every person that spoke, because we found out at that same press conference, there was multiple people inside that house that actually spoke to dispatch. We don't know how many friends were there. We don't know how many people spoke to dispatch. We don't know what was said on dispatch. These are the items that law enforcement is not releasing to us, but they didn't state, like, I would think if everybody in that home was cleared at the time of this incident, they would have said anybody at the time that we arrived was cleared from this incident, then that would be different. But they didn't say that. They specifically stated everyone that spoke to dispatch has been cleared. So I wonder why they had that kind of language. I mean, to me, it was, I didn't know how to handle that. So anyways, I'm looking at Maddie because it just seems like this is the one person that really law enforcement isn't really talking about. Law enforcement isn't really talking about Jake. You know, they talked about all these other people in and around these girls being cleared, but I promise you, Jake has never been brought up by law enforcement. And if Jake has never been brought up by law enforcement, Jake would never be cleared by law enforcement. So my question is, we know that he had to be questioned in connection with Maddie because he was the boyfriend of Maddie. But why have they not come out and ruled him out as a possibility? Then many of you guys know I'm monitoring a few pages and I'm seeing all this stuff coming out from JLR, which, as many of you guys, I don't sleuth. You know, people try to say I don't sleuth. I sleuth once in a while when I have no choice to. But between Olivia and JLR, you know, they sleuth really well. You know, I do different types of research into the cases, but they really get into finding out who the victims are, who their friends are, you know, reaching out to all those types of people, looking into all those types of people. And, you know, so I kind of pay attention to JLR's page. I never know when he's going to drop something. And, you know, he dropped this community post and I'm subscribed to several channels. So I'm constantly having things in my feed. And I actually almost overlooked it because I really don't look at people's community posts. I really don't. I usually watch, you know, their videos if they're interesting. And sometimes I don't only watch the first few minutes, or I'll fast forward to the meat and potatoes and bypass all the, you know, hey, good mornings, you know, like kind of what we do here on our lives. You know, we have the intro so people can, you know, be notified that the live is starting and come in and listen to music, get their coffee, get situated so we can do a live. So I have, you know, I have an intro that's a few minutes long. But again, I usually fast forward through all that. You know, we say good morning to people. That takes up, you know, 15 minutes. I fast forward. So I try to get to the nuts and potatoes, or the meat and potatoes of these videos. And I found it very interesting about, and I brought it up last night. There was a video he released, and it was pretty interesting about Jack. Excuse me, not Jack, Jake. Lord have mercy. That's why everybody's getting confused between Jack and Jake, because they both have similar names to each other. But one of my first questions, I talked to several creators throughout the day to brainstorm and, you know, throw some theories and stuff off them to see what they think. And one of the first things I said, and this was 4 days ago. 4 days ago. We are just now starting to hear about Jake. But 4 days ago, I said we are looking in the wrong direction, in my opinion. You know, we're looking at Kaylee. Nobody's talking about Maddie. Nobody's talking about her. Nobody's talking about her past, her life. And I'm curious about her because we know this is a targeted, if we're listening to law enforcement, we know this is a targeted attack. The brutality of this, we heard from law enforcement that they believe this is personal in nature. If this is personal in nature, it kind of precludes the possibility of some no-name person going in there and brutalizing these victims. It really does. So I don't know where people are getting their information, because we've been asked multiple times to please, use credible sources for the information. The credible sources for the information, let me go ahead and pull this up real quick because we need to look and see if there's any more updates from Mascow. There probably isn't, but we don't know. Let's just look. So these are the official sources and the official channels that I'm personally getting my information from. So everything that we are, watching, it's coming from here. So I'm going to go ahead and get this pulled up. I'm going to go ahead and print it because, to be honest with you, this has 4 pages, but this, every time they add 2, they just add to it, but they keep all the original stuff in there. So we're going to go ahead and print this up, and I'll read it to you guys. So we have the most up-to-date information, but their updates cover the 911 call. Their updates cover the dog. Many people asked about the dog. We knew that Kaylee had a dog, a golden doodle, a labradoodle, something, a doodle something, right? I don't know the dog's name, but apparently the dog was located inside the home. The dog was okay, was not harmed, was not killed in the least little bit. So, and I keep wondering, does the assailant have a dog bite on him? And if he does, maybe, I don't know how that would work. I would think he would probably have killed the dog if he got bit, but who knows? And even if the dog didn't attack, does that imply that maybe the dog knew who the person was that came into that home? You see? So there's a lot of questions here. But again, Jake has not been cleared. 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 For those in the back of the building, okay? Jake has not been cleared. We are going to go over what we have. Let me see if I can pull some. I almost got a paper for the machine. Guys, I want to let you know, this machine here, Dolly teased me about it. Like, I was talking to him about another case a few months ago, and he's talking about the dinosaur printer I have here. This is a newer printer. This is not a old style printer. This is a high yield printer, okay? What does high yield mean? It means I can push out about 5,000 pages from this machine. This machine is important because we do a lot of missing person flyers and things that we take into the communities in which we serve. And I can't sit here and wait for it to go, I have a funny feeling this is out of paper. That's why it sounds like it's taking so long. Might be thinking. So we'll let it print. It's just waking up. I haven't ran it in a really long time, so give it a moment. Laugh my off. Dinosaur printer. He better quit it. I know. I'm like, he was telling me about it. Where was I? I think I was in Georgia, and we were talking about printing some flyers, and he's like, and he brought up the old Ice Age printer. I'm like, what are you talking about, the old Ice Age printer? I said, I just bought that like 3 years ago. I paid almost $1,000 for this damn printer here. And not only that, but look at this. This is the, this is the cartridge for it, And why do I like this as opposed to other things, especially with my missing person flyers? If I can get that back in there. It's because, oops, great, I dropped the phone again. It's because we print stuff, and this particular way of printing, if this got wet, none of this stuff would smear because it's powder that's baked onto these sheets as opposed to wet ink. So anyways, not that you needed that. I guess I'm feeling self-conscious, right? Like I'm starting to be self-conscious with my printer. Dolly's got me self-conscious about my printer, right? I should feel comfortable with my own printer, instead of comfortable in my own skin. Like, I don't think my printer's too big. I don't think it's just fluffy. It's fluffy. Don't be messing with my baby. It's just a fluffy baby. You gotta rub the back. You're hurting his feelings, Dolly. Aw. So let's go over some of the information that has been updated. Hopefully I don't have to. Okay, so we're just going to start. This is the updated information. I'm going to do that last so we can kind of walk through. Dolly's giving the printer a complex, okay? I quit victim shaming. I mean, I do beat this printer up very often, and you're victim shaming this poor printer. I just want to let you guys know. Dolly is a victim shamer. My printer is a victim of Bullhorn Betty. I know he is spoiled. He's spoiled rotten. He's spoiled rotten. But you know what? God bless him, right? God bless him. You know, he's got a great group over there. Been working a really long time, and many of you guys know he's a nice guy, fun guy, and he cares. He cares, and those are the requirements to be friends with Bullhorn Betty, right? To work hard and advocate for children. I mean, that's a good way to be a good friend of Bullhorn Betty. So the original information, I'm just going to read this verbatim. I'll get you guys up here. I'm not going to be moving this around, but I'll let you guys look at so it looks like it's official. You know what I'm saying? So this is the original information. We're just going to read it as it is written. Fluffy printer needs love too. Yes, the fluffy printer needs love too. And you know what? Alcohol's been making big printers, printer owners happy since 1969, right? We can go. Ugly printer. Ugly printers have been used since 1969. No, I'm just joking. I don't know. I think that's funny. Those are one of the shirts that I said, about ugly people. They need love too. All right, don't. We need to stop. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Surprise Betty has not seen it yet. What? Surprise Betty hasn't seen what yet? What have I not seen yet? Cindy knew. What did I miss? What did I miss? Someone asked Betty how long they can hold someone with no charges. Justine Dennis, a treat, being held in Moscow since 11/18 with no charges, says charges are pending. I don't know how it. I don't know. Typically, you can hold somebody, detain somebody up to 48 hours, and in some cases up to 72 hours, depending on the circumstances. So, 11/18, it may not be that they haven't been charged. They may have protocols that are preventing those charges from being disclosed, depending on what is ordered by the court or what is mandated by their policies and procedures. The other thing maybe is just not posted on their website. For example, this may not be the way it is there, but just an experience I had recently with FEMA. I have to upload my documents and everything because they need to come here and check this roof. I got a down tree, sections of my fence have fallen. And so FEMA's coming here. So anyways, I had to submit some, my driver's license, a copy of my social, I had to apply for this, apply for that. But when I went to call them to make sure that they got everything they needed, my stuff wasn't uploaded into the system. And even though I uploaded it personally myself into the system, it won't generate into their system for 7 to 10 business days. So I'm wondering if something like that is happening as well. There could be multiple reasons why it's still saying no charges or charges pending. It's not that they don't have enough to hold her on. It's just that, and they may have charged her to keep her there, but those have not been released to the public. That is a possibility. But other than that, I don't know. And that's for you. So I don't know if that's what you were talking about, Cindy, or not, but stop printer shaming. Oh, Lord. Zana Kernoodle's mother's a serious drug trafficker currently in prison until 11/20/22 for heroin and meth. The Kernodle family lives in both Arizona and Coeur d'Alene. I can't never pronounce that properly. So Idaho, which is pronounced, Coeur d'Alene. Thank you, Caroline, for helping me out. You must have knew I was going to screw that up. I appreciate the pronunciation. I'm not lying. I appreciate it. So Coeur d'Alene. Coeur d'Alene. Okay, I'll have to remember that. Coeur d'Alene. Got it. You'll have to probably remind me a couple times, Caroline. But thank you. Yeah, he's nice. Let's get those likes up. Thank you. Where are we on our likes? Because I put together and I had to do a lot of research on here. We have 900 people and only 335 likes. And I have my dental appointment. So we're not even going to be live very long. So get those likes up. I'm going to have a needle in my gums in like literally 3 hours. I want some sympathy likes. Give me some sympathy likes because I'm going to be screaming. Now, I don't care where you are in the United States at about 12:30 to 1 p.m. You're going to hear me scream, whatever state you're in, and you're going to know Bullhorn Betty just got the needle. Because right? I'm scared and terrified of needles. I have to close my eyes. I can't do it. I cannot watch that syringe go in my mouth. I have to close my eyes. I don't want to see it. I don't want to feel it. Just get it done. Do what you got to do. Get it done quickly, and let's move on with the project, right? I hate dentists. I hate them. Anointed Praise says, I'm blind and was ordering Starbucks coffee from Walmart. Now they have cut me off and I can't get Starbucks coffee from Walmart delivered anymore. It sucks. They don't realize, you provide a product that we are accustomed to and then you take it back. And we're now reliant upon that. And it's very upsetting to me because now you can't, I used to order canned goods. You don't need to have canned goods in refrigerators or something. Like if I'm going to have groceries, if I'm going to pay a delivery fee for groceries, it's because the stuff is cold. It's milk, it's eggs, it's bacon, it's lunch meat, it's frozen products. I'm not paying $7.95 to have canned goods delivered to my front door. That can go in a box and be shipped to me in 2 to 5 days. I'm perfectly fine waiting. But it again, frustrating. They were doing some weird stuff and I don't like it. So I started ordering, and you may want to try. I started ordering from Target and Walgreens. I don't even know if CVS does delivery, and Walgreens is similar too. You have to have $35 or more, and they're not as quick as delivery. But when you don't want to go shopping and you need laundry soap, and Walmart, I was even going to order Gain laundry soap. Like I buy name product. I always have to have Dawn for my kitchen. I always have to have Cascade for my dishwasher, and I have to have Gain and Downy for my laundry. And I'm not really even picky. Like I can use Great Value bleach. I'm not picky on my bleach, but there are certain things, certain cleaning products that I have to have. I will not get a knockoff brand of. And one of those things is my stinking laundry soap, right? I want my clothes clean. I don't want it to smell clean. I want it to be clean. Okay, so anyways, let's just get on with this. So the original information: on the evening of November 12th, Kaylee Conclaves and Madison Mogan were at a local bar called the Corner Club, and they put the name of that Corner Club. And on November 13th, and they were there from 10 p.m. to 1:30 a.m. On November 13th, at approximately 1:40, Kaylee and Madison were seen on video at the local food vendor called the Grub Truck, and they put the address here, and used a private party to ride home from downtown, arriving at their 122 King Road residence at around 5:45. Investigators have determined that Ethan Chapin and Zaina Kernodle were seen at the Sigma Chi house, and that gives the address at approximately, it doesn't really state. I did see, this is one of the things that I had a question with. It almost looks like Ethan and Zaina left the Sigma Chi party and did not go straight home. because according to one of the timelines I saw, it seemed like that they left the party at around before midnight. And if that's the case, where did they go for an hour and 45 minutes? If that's factual, again, I've got to look into it, but I did see something that appeared to be an issue with the timeline as we understood it. So we may need to go back and look at that again. Ethan and Zena are believed to have returned at the residence on King Road. It was previously reported that Ethan resided in the home. However, it was determined Ethan was only visiting. Detectives believe on November 12th, the two surviving roommates had also been out in the Mascow community separately, but returned home by 1 a.m. on November 13th. The two did not wake up until later that morning. On November 13th, at approximately 11:58 a.m., a 911 call requested aid for an unconscious person. The call originated from inside the residence. The reason why I'm stressing that is because people said that they believe the call was spoofed. That is untrue and misinformation. Mascow Police Department responded to the residence where they found 4 victims on the 2nd and 3rd floors. Autopsies have were conducted on November 17th, some 4 days later. The Latah County coroner confirms the identity of the 4 murdered individual and the cause and manner of death as homicide by stabbing. The coroner stated the 4 victims were likely asleep. Some had defensive wounds. That's going to be important later. Each were stabbed multiple times, and there was no sign of sexual assault. What's also missing in here is we also learned that there is no signs of a robbery either. So no robbery and no sexual assault. Detectives are seeking outside surveillance video taken from 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. on Sunday, November 13th from businesses and residents in the area. They gave us an idea of the location that they would like searched. And here are the markers. Give me just a second as we pull this up so you guys can get an understanding of what they're looking for. And they're seeking detectives are requesting all available videos, whether there appears to be motion and content or not. So if there's a possibility of having these, let me just reread this again. Detectives request all available videos, whether there appears to be motion and content or not. So even if a video, if you go and you see a black video, but it looked like it was recording, they want that. They want anything and everything. So they have West, so here is where their home, here's where the site, the crime scene is, this yellow dot here. West Taylor, I believe, is here. So there is your northern boundary, which is West Taylor Avenue, right there. West Palooza River. So here's your north boundary. Here's your south boundary. It says Highway 95 to the 2700 block, which is way down here. But this is going to be considered your east boundary, and this one is your west boundary. So they're looking for videos, any kind of content whatsoever from 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. on November 13th in this pie-shaped area. If you live in this pie-shaped area, call law enforcement if you have any cameras in and around your property. If your neighbors have any cameras, have them reach out to the detectives. Additionally, detectives seek additional tips and surveillance videos of any obvious suspicious behavior on the night of November 12th and into the early hours of November 13th, while Kaylee Conclaves and Madison Morgan were downtown Moscow, and when Ethan Chapin and Zena Kernoodle were at the Sigma Chi house. Anyone who observes suspicious behavior near these areas or has video surveillance is asked to submit their tip. At this time, in this investigation, detectives do not believe the following are involved in this crime. Let's listen, okay? The 2 surviving roommates. The male in the grub truck surveillance video, the one that was in the white hoodie, cleared. The private party driver who took Kaylee and Madison home on November 13th, cleared. The identity of the 911 caller has not been released. Investigators are aware of multiple calls from victims Madison and Kaylee to a male. Online reports of victims being tied and gagged are not accurate. Detective seized the content of 3 dumpsters on King Road to locate possible evidence. Local businesses were contacted to determine if a Flicks blade knife had recently been purchased. Currently, no suspects are in custody and no weapons have been located. On the morning of November 13th, the surviving roommates summoned friends to the residence because they believed one of the second floor victims had passed out and was not waking up. And so it wasn't the roommate, one of the surviving roommates, that they called as an unconscious person. It was one of the victims on the second floor, which we knew early on was Ethan and Zaina. Those were the victims on the second floor. So they are referring to one of those 2 victims not waking up. At 11:58, a 911 call requested aid for an unconscious person. The call originated again from inside the residence on one of the surviving roommates' cell phone. Multiple people have talked with the 911 dispatch before Mascow police officers arrived at the location. The officers entered the residence and found the 4 victims on the 2nd and 3rd floors. At this time in the investigations, detectives do not believe any evidence at the residence, believe any individual at the residence when 911 was called is involved in the crime. So they have clarified anybody at the residence. I was a little, when we started this out, I said that the people that called 911 had been cleared. But this is stating at the time of this investigation, detectives do not believe any individual at that residence when the 911 was called is involved in the crime. So all the people that were showing up prior to law enforcement getting there have all been cleared. But again, Jake's name still has not been brought up as a cleared individual. On the morning of the incident, officers located a dog at the residence. The dog was unharmed and turned over to animal services and then released to a responsible party. So this dog did not get out of the house. This dog was not, we don't know if this dog was locked in a room, if this dog was, walking around free. We don't know what the situation is with this dog, but we do know the dog was located inside the residence and this dog was unharmed. Is that a clue? It very well may be. Detectives are aware of a Latah County Sheriff Office incident of reporting of a skinned dog that have been determined that is unrelated to this incident. Contact Latah County Sheriff's Office for further details. Additionally, detectives are also aware of a Mascow police incident of a report of a deceased animal left on a resident's property. This was determined to be wildlife activity and unrelated to this case. So no skin dog, no other dead animals around there are associated with this case. And again, we have to listen to law enforcement. We have to trust what they are saying coming out of their mouth. And we have to believe that they are being forthcoming, transparent, and giving us all the information. If they say it does not go or connected with this incident, we have to remove that as a possibility because they're telling us this has nothing to do with it. If you're still looking at stuff that's already been cleared, you're not going to be able to understand how this case is working and moving through this process. If you're still on tips that have already been cleared, you're behind the 8 ball. So the dogs, the animals has nothing to do with this case whatsoever. Nothing to do with this case whatsoever. To date, nearly 600 tips have been received. All tips are processed, vetted, investigated, and cleared. 38 interviews have been conducted. That has since changed to, I'm going to give you guys updated information on this. They've had over 1,000 leads and over 150 interviews. At the time of the original, they only had 38. So they have done an enormous amount of interviewing with the people in and around these 4 people. This is definitely a very hard case. The Mascow Police Department had provided us detailed lists of who all is involved and what they are doing, including the state police providing additional services and protection to the students on the University of Idaho campus. The Mascow Police Department thanks our community and their continued support and understanding of the limited information we can share and patience we can share and patience during this difficult time. So they are asking everybody to still continue to be patient. We just brought up the newest update. The newest update is the Mascow Police Department is providing the following information to update the public on the known facts surrounding the 4 murders that occurred on November 13th in Mascow, Idaho. The updated information is a resource webpage. A new webpage on the Mascow city website has been set up to consolidate location for information, and they give you the site. The investigators have looked extensively into the information they received about Kaylee Conclaves having a stalker. They have pursued hundreds of pieces of information related to this topic and have not been able to verify or identify a stalker. So if you have any information, if you know Kaylee and you've heard this, or you heard of a suspicious person that's been stalking people, looking at people, acting strange, being weird, please reach out to law enforcement at 208-883-7180. The weapon. There has been much conversation about the terminology used to describe the weapon. The type of knife thought to be used in the attack is believed to be a fixed blade knife. Detectives continue to look for the weapon. Again, that fixed blade knife is not giving us a whole lot of detail. It's not telling us, we know it's 5 to 6 inches long. A steak knife can be 5 to 6 inches long. A steak knife is a fixed blade knife. What we are hearing is a military style knife, and it's really driving me up a wall that they're not addressing the type of knife that they're truly looking for. A fixed blade knife is just that. It's a fixed blade knife. It doesn't close. And then, of course, we had the press conference on November 23rd, which we were updated with this very specific information. They didn't really elaborate any further other than what we have here as being what Captain Lanier read to all of us before Corporal, Wills got up there. And he provided us a lot more information about their processes, about the investigative processes, the evidence collection process. He was really informative. The first interview that he gave on November 20th, it was just basically, everybody, please be patient with us. We know everybody wants answers. We're begging you for just some patience. He didn't really have a whole lot of information. However, the press conference on November 23rd had a lot of information. He came out and started telling us about their advanced forensic technology and processes and stuff like that. It was pretty interesting. It helped explain, the start, how everything works from the crime scene to the processes at the laboratory and timing and things of that nature. He really did on the 23rd provide us additional information. And what we did find out is that they're using advanced investigative techniques as well as forensic techniques. They've collected 103 pieces of evidence. Again, we talked about that at the beginning of this segment as being huge. It is huge to have that much evidence. When you have 103 pieces of evidence, this does not show that this was a clean kill, that this was an organized kill, that this was a, this appears to be very sloppy. This doesn't, for somebody that's looking at this, I know a lot of people are saying, again, this was clean. This person took out 4 people. This person has to be a serial killer. No, it doesn't. It can be a freaking pissed off kid. Let's be honest. Okay. You're attacking people in their sleep. You have a huge military style knife that's probably sharp, and you're full of rage and full of anger. Believe me, a child could take down 4 adults in the right circumstances. So this idea that because there's 4 people that this has to be, no, it doesn't. You guys are taking, 2 plus 2 and making it equal 3. Okay. You have to look at all these things separately as collectively. And I think when you start separating everything and then looking at it collectively, it starts showing you a different type of picture. I believe law enforcement, when they tell me that this is a personal attack, when they tell me that these kids are targeted, when they say that they're looking for somebody that was acting weird and around these individuals, that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at it being somebody from that school, somebody that knew those kids, somebody that had a beef. Now, whether they were specifically a graduate, current graduate, if they have already graduated, I believe whoever has done this knew all of these people. They knew Ethan by name, they knew Zaina by name, they knew Kaylee by name, and they knew Maddie by name. They have over 4,000 photos, multiple 3D scans. The 3D scans are amazing. Over 100 hours of techs and investigators. They've cleared and processed over 1,000 leads. They've done over 150 interviews. And Brad Little, their governor of Idaho, has committed $1 million in expenses for this, which will help a lot. So I went over some other things that we're not going to cover today related to this. Areas of interest. So we talked about the 4 areas of interest. And for those that are just coming in, here's the 4 areas of interest right here. Here's the house. Here's Taylor Avenue. Here's Arboretum and Botanical Gardens. Here's West Palouse and your east boundary, which is I-95 to the 2700 block of the highway, which is way, way, way down here. A little curious about that because it almost seems like it should be up here to make this a nice big box. But we see the area in which they are really honing in on, and it's on this side of I-95. It's on this particular side of I-95. Here's 95 right here, and it's on this side. So so it's on the west side of I-95 is where they're really focusing a lot of their areas of interest. They say concerns or comments about someone. They're looking for somebody that any of these victims have spoke about having concerns or comments about someone or something strange. And they also indicated to the public, don't worry about what's in the photo. If you have photos from that night, please turn them over to law enforcement because as the police chief stated, this what a video or picture doesn't show is equally as important as what it does show. So we want to be able to get them as much photo and videos as possible. We don't know who they're trying to exclude or who they're trying to include. So if you've been in this area, you have any photos, you're in that box, that yellow box that I just showed you, please reach out to law enforcement. If you have a Ring doorbell camera, anything. The assailant, in my opinion, is going to have facial bruise, chest bruise, scratches on the arm, scratches on the face. This was a brutal attack. This was a brutal attack that I believe one male person carried out in this house. I truly believe that this is connected with the 2 girls on the 3rd floor as opposed to Ethan and Zaina on the 2nd floor. We are also, I keep emphasizing that Jake has not been cleared. He has not. And as I'm watching, I don't ever watch community posts. So I know when I see a community post, I was supposed to see it. And I was scrolling through last night, or maybe it was this morning. Maybe it was early this morning that I ran across it. And I actually believe it was while I was watching Dolly Vision at 3 a.m. while he was talking and people were calling in. I'm looking through YouTube to see if there's any updates on anything. And while I was looking on YouTube, I actually found the community post again from JLR that basically said that Jake sold his truck right after the murders. Who thinks to sell their truck right after the murder of their girlfriend? It seems to me that wouldn't be any consequence to you. Whatever you needed just came to an end the minute you found out your beloved girlfriend lost her life in a brutal knife attack. I found that a little odd, that he's selling his pickup truck at a very inconvenient time to be selling a pickup truck. And then we also found out from JLR, again, JLR gets some, I don't care, people say that JLR is weird, JLR's this, JLR's that. You guys don't know JLR too well. He is very smart. He knows what he's doing, and he gets the goods. He really does. If you guys have not subbed up to his channel, please do. I follow him, but I follow so many people that I don't get the notifications for everyone. Like, I don't even get the notifications for Dolly. If I'm not checking out, what's going on my homepage or on the live tab on YouTube, I don't see it. I can't remember the last time I caught a live that JLR did. Like, he's been going live too and talking about these cases. And I didn't even know that. I like I said, I went on there to look for this, and I'm like, holy crap, he's back in the game. He's got all these videos, he's got all these posts. He's really doing, he's really doing some really good work. And definitely want to give him props for that and give him a plug, because, this is stuff that we're relying on right now. We're relying on factual information that nobody's getting from law enforcement, and JLR's getting it. And one of the things I find that's equally puzzling for me with this Jake guy, again, Maddie's boyfriend that has not been cleared. He was involved in a school stabbing. Not involved. He went to a school. We don't know if he was involved or not, but he was at a school where there was another stabbing, a violent stabbing of a student, where this person was stabbed in the chest, the shoulder, and the arm with a pocket knife. And his mother was out there and gave an interview to a reporter. And I just found it awfully bizarre, some of the things that came out of her mouth after this altercation in this incident at their middle school, where she had 2 children at. And then talking about how she believes this is an isolated incident, and that her kids are even safer now after this knife fight than before. Weird statements from this lady. So, and then she further states that they used to live only 15 minutes from when the Columbine shooting happened. So you've got this Jake character, which is connected to Maddie, that has that lived near Columbine during the shooting, that was at a school where another stabbing took place, that his girlfriend was just brutally murdered by a knife attack, and then he sells his truck. What am I missing here? And why is it there are alarm bells and red flags flying up around this Jake guy, Maddie's boyfriend? We're listening to law enforcement telling us this is personal. We're listening to law enforcement, saying that this was a targeted attack. These are not languages you're finding out with your serial killers or your Jeffrey Dahmers. They were of opportunity. Those were crimes of opportunity with Dahmer. He was out searching, but he never knew who his victim was going to be. These people were targeted. They won't tell you who was the target. They're holding that back. The media out there asked, who was the primary target of this, and they will not. They decline to comment due to the integrity of their investigation. I feel most creators don't put much faith in mediums, but I don't know if Betty is one of them or not. I will listen to them. I And the reason why I don't entertain them often is because they have been wholly inaccurate. I have taken, but and their argument for that is, well, I'm just going off a vision, and I'm trying to find on a map the vision that I had in my head and things of that. So they always have it out. They always have it out for not having the information accurate. And for God forbid, if we're surrounded, the world is surrounded by water, and it always seems that they're always near water. So I do listen to them. I don't dog them. I know that I have people that, like me, I have gut feelings. I that's sensitivity, to things. I pick up on things. I know a lot of people do. Do I think that they're psychic, or they're just in tune with their emotions, their vibes and stuff? I don't know. I don't know. I do believe that there is a lot of stuff that our minds cannot comprehend in this big black nothing that they call the universe, right? There's more than just our solar system out there in that big black nothing. There's there's a lot. So I do believe in ghosts. I do believe that there are people that have special gifts that are more sensitive to vibes, to different types of frequencies and waves that are out there on Earth. I do believe that, but I don't necessarily believe that every Tom, Dick, and Harry is a psychic and knows exactly what they're saying, if that explains it. But there's no disrespect, at all. I respect people's intuition, and I respect people's ability, to help people using mediums. I definitely don't dog them. I definitely believe that they are beneficial and people get benefit from them. It just hasn't worked out for me personally, So I can only go off my own experience. Just like, one of you guys may have had a lovely experience with a medium and it sold you, right? I'm just the opposite. I had a horrible experience and it didn't sell me. So, but Reverend Donna, I followed her map. Snow can tell you that I don't know if Snow's in here or not, but Snow sponsored my trip to Rogersville, Tennessee to specifically follow Reverend Donna's map for Summer Wells. And to be honest with you, we found some creepy crap. I about fell over. There were some things that made the back of the hair on my neck, the hair on the back of my neck stand straight up. Eerie, weird stuff. So it's not like I don't believe in it. It's just nothing's really worked out that has made me say, wow, you know what I'm saying? So again, love the people in the field. It's just, tomato, tomato. People have just like a doctor. Sometimes you go to a doctor and he heals you. Sometimes you have to go to a different doctor to find out what's wrong with you because this doctor didn't diagnose you properly. The same thing goes with one medium, maybe just a fraud, while another medium is legit. There's just no way to tell. So I try to go off my brain, every now and again I need help, but that's what I have all you for. And those that believe in mediums, like we have the electric medium that comes in here all the time, just a sweet person. And, I love them, and I definitely respect the craft, and I will definitely listen. I would never just totally say, I'm not one of those people. I definitely would take it into consideration, and definitely take it into consideration just like any other information that I receive. So Christmas is not about tree decorations or even gifts. The burst of Christ should never be forgotten, period. I do understand holidays bring heartaches, but if you keep it real and true, it will carry you. Thank you. And yes, I agree with that too. I think due to capitalism, which there's nothing wrong with it. I'm a capitalist myself. I believe that people should not be limited to what they can do. However, Christmas is about Christ. It is about a bigger message than just gifts, trees, decorations, parties, and all this other stuff. It's truly the time of giving. And as of any good, marketer, they're going to market the heck out of that. And over, hundreds of years, they've got it down pat, right? So now it's become more of, giving of gifts, and not just, back in the day, gifts used to come from the heart. Now it's got to come with a price tag. And, the idea of what Christmas is much different today than what it once was. But Lori Lowe, you're absolutely right. It is about the birth of Christ, period. It is about being with family. It's about loving one another. It has zero to do with money and has zero to do with gifts. I would prefer spending time with family over food than I would opening a gift at my age, at my advanced age. Right. What about ciphers being decoded? I'm not sure. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I like decoding, and I let people do whatever, like, even our girl Guidance in here, she's she plays with that stuff, and she's always been kind and cool to me. And, she's been pretty accurate. I don't know what to say, right? She does readings herself. So it's not like I don't get involved in it. It's not that I don't love people that do it. I mean, I love Guidance. And, but there's just some things that I work with and some things that I don't. Donna Warner, not mentally ill, just an odd character. The son, Reverend Donna, mentioned suspects having a hunting cabin near the victims. Oh, and this is another thing. Like, I'm reading an article, guys. I really am. I'm reading an article that, let me read this to you. And it might be a clue. It might be a clue. Let me look at it. So this came out of an article. Hold on. Everything's kind of popping in here right now. Here it is. It was in a New York Post article that came out on November 17th, where they speak to Jake's mother. Okay, again, Jake is Maddie's boyfriend. He has not been cleared. Let me scream that from the rooftops. Hold on. Hold on. Maybe you guys will understand this. Hold on. Jake Stringer has not been cleared. He has not been cleared. All right. Let me try that again. Okay, Jake has not been cleared. But his mother, that keeps going on and talking about all these, this is the second interview she has given. One in 2011 and one in 2022 of stabbing victims at a school. What? That is absolutely right. Go over, check out JLR's video. He had one on the 2011 incident where they were at Woodland was it middle school? Woodland Middle School, I believe, or something like that. It's not on this one, but it's on my last video. I put a resource there and gave you guys a link directly to that video with JLR's on JLR's page. But this one is the New York Post. Let me see. // Probably won't let me get it to there. Let me see if I can, if it's archived. If not, then I'll have to. All right, I'm gonna have to keep going. Hold on a second. It is archived, but I still have to keep going. University. Give me just a second. I'm going to have to type this whole thing out. So sorry. But I want you guys to read this because it's kind of weird. Idaho killing. Victims. Please tell me this is gonna pull off. I hate going having to do this long, man. This sucks. AMP. Let's see if we can get it. All right. And of course, it's hold on, it's still spinning. It's not pulling up. So maybe I'll. Anyways, here's what the clip of something that I got from this New York Post article. And it basically said the neighbors told the Post on Thursday the 6 people who shared the house. So they're talking about 122 King Road in Mascow, Idaho. They're saying that they were much quieter than their rowdy collegiate neighbors. So was that at the Sigma Chi? Is that what they're referring to as the rowdy neighbors? The group of students would have small parties, but they were usually quiet by 10 p.m. They would sit on the patio around fire, drink beer, listen to music, and she said sometimes saw small groups of people in the kitchen. So it sounded like, we heard that this was a party house, but it doesn't sound like this really was the party house. It sounds like they had neighbors that were more rowdy than they. So who were those neighbors, and was there a beef with those neighbors? We got to look at that. We have some rowdy neighbors. We're looking for somebody that's pretty rowdy. I don't know about you. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to open this up to. Would you guys like me to open the panel? Put a 1 in the chat if you want panel. If you want me to open the phones, put a 2 in the chat. We're just going to go whatever one has the most. That's the way we're going to roll here today. So if you guys want to chat over the phone, let me know. If you guys want to chat by, panel, let me know, and I'll drop the link. Whether I drop the link or a phone number. So 1 and 2, 2. What did I say 2 was? Is that dropping the link or the phones? Phones? Are we saying phones? Yeah, phones. Okay. Okay, give me just a second. I'll open up the phones. All right, the phones are open. I'm going to put the banner up here now so you guys can see what the number is. When I show comments and anything like that. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. We're going on a road trip. I can't tell you when. I can't tell you where. What I can tell you is that it's not going to be immediate, and the trip has been paid for. We are still looking for sponsors. It makes it hard to ask for sponsorship whenever you guys don't know where the hell we're going. This is Betty.
Good morning, it's Guidance.
Oh, hey, Guidance. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing well.
That was you. You were correct. That was me. My 3 a.m. thoughts calling into Dolly Vision.
I thought I recognized that voice. I'm like, she didn't say who she was. I said, I'm telling you, that's Guidance. I almost called in just to harass you, but I chose not to.
I had to take my headphone out, so I'm like, hold on, because I had it was too muffled at that time. But there was a few thoughts that I had on the information and a few of the things that they did say. I think they're taking a couple playing cards from the Delta on definitely not releasing all of the information or specific information to trip up the killer.
Mm-hmm.
For being that only the killer would know that information. And then that last article you read, it's been bugging me for a couple of days now and wondering if the fire pit, nobody has ever mentioned if there was a fire going that night or not at all, completely.
Yeah, because I did hear about a fire pit and we know that they've had one in the past, but was it that night? Yeah, good question.
I was always curious, or even if there was a fire pit in general, or if a fire was that night at any time.
Let me ask you.
Go
ahead, finish up your sentence. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Richard Allen, they dug up his fire pit for the facts of any specific evidence that could be demolished that way.
What do you think in your gut, your vibe? You've been following this. You've been watching. I mean, you're one of my mods, so I know you watch not just this channel, not just Dolly's, but you watch a lot of different channels. And what is your gut telling you? Do you feel that this is a serial killer, or do you feel this is more personal? What is your personal opinion?
Well, do you want my cold reading?
Yeah, why don't you do that? I mean, people were just asking, they're saying, I don't have a problem with psychics or anything that they do, but they asked me to, people don't really pay attention to them too much. And I was just talking about you. You kind of have a little gift as well. So yeah, I would like to hear what your reading says.
Because there's a lot of readings that I do not post publicly out of respect for the family when it comes to true crime. So I kind of leave those type of readings, unless it's a spirit box or anything, off of my channel. But on this aspect, I do best when I don't know anything and it's a cold read. And I got serial killer vibes, more of a wannabe military, but it was either AWOL or dishonorable discharge from whatever it might be. A fantasization, I can't say the word, of killing, but I have to disagree with this point, is the dog. I feel as though it is connected because in my initial reading, I didn't even know about the dog at this point, was a cut at the throat to incapacitate them to where they couldn't scream, keep them silent, but yet fight back. So that's why defensive wounds would be on the initial two, the couple, because they were together.
Yeah.
And then also, it was definitely stalker type serial killer vibe, but it's almost like a thrill kill in a perfection of it. There's a lot of factors, like if you think about the Brian Laundrie case, they didn't want anybody to know that he had a gun on, right? So nobody would go crazy here.
Which was the stupidest thing, because I'm out there trucking in the freaking woods with a armed suspect. That was great.
Exactly. And so I try to keep that in mind when they say we don't think that's related. Just because of the matter of the kill, because the dog was sliced at the neck, skinned, and gutted like a deer.
Right.
I think it was more of perfection, OCD, and the energy that I got was that it was almost like a black sheep. Like, say that one person that's extremely intelligent, or like how you'd see many engineers or doctors in school, they were probably the most black sheep of the school and always got picked on. And then they are like the ones that you're like, oh shit, he was the grad back then, and I totally looked over him and I turned him off. I turned him down, you know? I get that vibe.
So, but here's the contradiction, or the other side to that with law enforcement. I shouldn't say contradiction, but something that kind of states something else, is that we're finding out from the family that law enforcement has indicated that this is not precision. This is not OCD. Like, this was a very sloppy scene. Having that information, would that change the reading? Like the dog, the dog being unharmed and inside the home, could that change the reading? Because, that almost implies that somebody liked and cared for that dog. They killed everything else in its sight. Why not the dog?
Well, not necessarily. The dog could have escaped out the sliding door, or it could have been in a different room. That's a key point of finding out where the dog is. Because once you move from animals, most of serial killers, if they've got victims right in front of them, they're not going to pay attention to the animal because the animal is that. Now, I also got that the kill was not necessarily perfection. It was the perfection on the kill of being successful, of not getting attention and just move in and out, not necessarily the gore and the mess. I fully feel that it's rage and intent. Now, I believe that he did watch them, and it was more of a timing factor because they were out partying, they were under the influence, so they were more apt to be subject of not being as defensive as if they were sober.
Yeah.
Also, there was it's definitely, and then I ran into the two different subjects, and one is on their public profile. I can't remember. I think it's on Facebook for the cop about the 21st, where a man did chase. And then where Emma posted another one where a girl woke up to a man in her window. Now, that's why I always say I get the Ted Bundy vibe. Not necessarily the kill. It's more stalking specific prey. So say if he went into the second floor, those two, and then go up and get the other two. Not realizing the bottom floor has two living in there, he might have assumed that they bunked up together. And then been like, whatever. I did mention to Dolly last night that Delphi did give social media props for keeping their case in the limelight to prevent more kills, which I definitely think we should keep doing to try to save more lives when it comes to that and putting the pressure on it of awareness, because this person, I get goosebumps every time I think of it. That he is obsessed, and it's like a thrill kill, and it's almost like a prey. He likes to prey on a specific genre, but I think it has to do more with the personality type. Like when I was mentioning how he would get turned down, or a certain type that would bully him or make him feel a certain way or not give him attention growing up. Yeah. That's the energy I get. Now, when I went to revise the videos of the food truck, I have been stalked before.
Hold on just a second. Hold on, Guidance. Can people hear this okay? Is it too loud, or is it not loud enough? Because I'm hearing some people saying that they need earphones, some people saying they need closed caption. Are you guys not hearing? Let me know. Just give me just a second. I got to figure out this audio issue.
Okay. Or else I can listen to my phone and on my headphones.
Yeah. Well, I just want to make sure I've done some things with the audio. So let me just check here, and I'm waiting for them. I got it on slow-mo, so it's like when I ask a question, I gotta wait for a second to get an answer. Let me see. I'm at work, OT, we're getting, okay, so let me see if we've got anything on the back ends here. Give me just a second. It's rolling.
I'm taking advantage of that
Fine
time.
here. It sounds good. Mine sounds good. Has Jake been cleared? No, Woody. Jake has not been cleared. Audio's right here. Okay, you're good. You're here. You're good.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Now,
here. Let me do it again.
Jake has not been cleared, folks. Jake has not been cleared.
You know what makes me laugh every time you use that damn bullhorn is me trying to pray with it. And I just start giggling. I'm like, oh, that's for the pros. Yeah. I use my cheerleading and singing voice. Yeah. I love it.
Yeah, Jake is now. So what do you're kind of getting the serial killer vibes. What about Jake? I mean, there are some suspicious stuff related to Jake, which is Maddie's boyfriend. He hasn't been cleared. We heard Jack's, Kaylee's family come right out and say, Jack, Kaylee's boyfriend, is, not responsible. He's distraught. Like, they came out fighting for their daughter's boyfriend. We haven't gotten that from Camp Maddie. And the only person that's come out is Jake's mom. And then we learn that Jake sold a truck right after the murders. I mean,
right.
And people are like, well, so what if he sold a truck? The truck could have had evidentiary value. Let's think about it. This man would have been covered in blood, and he would need to escape somewhere. Maybe that the reason why the truck is sold is because it had evidentiary value inside of it, and he was scared it would have been found that he didn't clean the truck out good enough. And it would also explain why, if he was seen cleaning out his truck, why he would have been seen cleaning out his truck. It's because I was selling it.
Right. And that was also my other question on the truck aspect of when was it being spoke about or when was it listed to be sold?
That's a good question. I don't know. I only got a post. Let me see if I can come over here and look at that post.
Right. I didn't click into the video or the information. I saw that, but that was my immediate question. Was when was the contemplation of being sold and what were the factors around it? Because it could have been for something that was already pre-planned or impulsive.
Yeah, but if we say that if this whole if this was targeted, is it possible that this was planned and that he planned on getting rid of this truck? I mean, so it says Jake Schreiger, the boyfriend of Madison Mogan, sold his white pickup truck right after the Mascow, Idaho murders. You would think even if it was pre-planned to sell this truck, he would have told the buyer, look, I just lost my girlfriend. I'm not going to be up for entertaining selling this truck at this moment in time. You would kind of think that everything would come to a stop. But again, not necessarily.
Yes and no, because I'll use my own situation of loss. Is, for example, my mom passed away in May. It didn't hit me until October. And grief, you can be very impulsive. It could have had many memories. If he's not a subject or a suspect or guilty, it could have had more memories of we bought that together.
Yeah, but if you just had a girlfriend slain, I mean, I met with many people that have slain people. I've got, my son-in-law was killed on a motorcycle accident. Anything that had anything attachment to him, I never got rid of. Many parents, many friends, many family, especially because of the memories, would be very hesitant to get rid of something.
And that's where my rebuttal, I always try to filter in of different thoughts, is like, after my mom passed away, it didn't hit me until October. By February, I left everything behind besides the clothes on my back. Mm-hmm. Literally homeless. I just took off. It's more of the dynamics at that point. Now, the only thing that I've seen towards any of the Jays is when Jennifer Coffendaffer posted that there are many rumors circling around regarding Jack, the ex-boyfriend, being responsible for the horrific massacre. Please listen to the question Q&A session at the end of the press conference. Ellie says they have found him not to be a suspect. Yeah. But it's still good to look into. But it definitely, a lot of people, when they go through traumatic issues, it's a fight or flight, and that's where I'm getting that. But never take them off the list, regardless.
Right.
Of what it is. Just put them in order of the necessity.
Yeah.
But I definitely question that others are in danger. And then there's also a good thing that I did see. I don't know if you saw it on Twitter, where they shared yesterday that they were creating a fund and buying all of the females on campus and around alert sensors for in danger for their safety. They press the button. It's almost like an AirTag that has a button on it, which I thought was really cool and very good to see. To be hyper aware, and it's basically an AirTag, almost like a life alert, where they press it and they can get the proper resources to them.
Yeah, unfortunately, I still feel that this is ultra personal, and I still feel that it had to do with the two girls. I don't know which one, but I feel like they were the target, and a lot of the reasons I believe that is because if it was just a thrill kill, they would have gotten the thrill kill out in the first room when nobody was the wiser that anybody was being slaughtered in the house. And the fact that they actually went up to the third floor implies that, they weren't done yet.
Right. And from my understanding, the house was very much like our cabin up in Beach Creek, where it was a 3-form and the middle floor was the main floor. Yeah. Where there were still rooms.
But it also looked like the entrance, like with the house and just, in the house with Rogersville, like you had to go up the stairs to get onto the second floor. It appears that this particular house, you entered on the second floor.
Right, but the actual roommates use the bottom floor
Mm-hmm.
to get in and out. I've seen documents there where they use that as their main entrance and not the middle floor like how we did.
Mm-hmm.
That perked my attention too, because I started visually thinking about the cabin and thinking of like the different scenarios and correlations to that as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to keep up your time too much. There's more to my thoughts.
Yeah, there's definitely some there. I'd like you to check the box again, and now that we have the dog and some other new information available to us, and see what pops out.
Yeah, definitely, because I feel as though it's definitely a rage and throw pill, and it's targeted on a certain genre, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm still going to keep digging and sleuthing and diving in. And I am so proud of you, and keep up your good work, and congratulations on all of your subs and accomplishments.
Yeah, we're almost at 22K, folks. If you haven't subbed up for the Bullhorn Betty channel, please go out and consider not only liking, but subscribing and turning your bell to all so you don't miss any valuable information.
That is correct. And I am going to go help my husband and daughter, because it sounds like my twins are not listening to them. So,
we love the twins. We love the twins.
I was trying to take an opportune moment, and it's not working. But
well, thanks for giving us your insight. I mean, at least you got away from the kids for at least 20 minutes.
Yeah. But anyways, love you.
Love you
Have a
too.
beautiful day, and I'll see you in the chat.
All right, you got it. God bless. God bless. So, guidance in life with TLC, giving her you guys her thoughts. She seemed very detailed in why she felt the way that she felt. With the box and things of that nature. This is Betty.
Betty?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my God, I got in. Hi.
Hello. Who are you and where are you calling from?
Oh, I'm nervous. Forgive me.
That's okay.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Good. This is Casey Glass.
Oh, Casey, it's nice to see you. How are you doing, dear?
I'm doing good. I don't know if you remember me in the chat.
Oh, I remember you. I remember you because I'm in Dolly's chat too, and yeah, you're pretty active in all the chats. So it's nice that you called in. What do you think about all this?
Well, I only do 2 channels, and there's a good reason why, because I have YouTube history too.
Mm-hmm.
And my channels got taken, 2 of them down a long time ago because of what I do. And I understand it. So, like, I just give up, okay?
Yeah.
And I guess the algorithms don't like me. But what I was saying, I only follow you and Dolly. Like, first it was Dolly, and then you came into the pic. And so if Dolly trusts you, I trust you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how that started. And then I membered up to you. And I had like the old account that got terminated,
mm-hmm.
which I was member to you and Dolly. I had to delete.
Oh, that's right. You were hit with those, the whole, did you appeal that process and everything?
Yep, I won it.
Good.
Yeah, but they still won't let me use my channel. So I had to, thank God I created the second one. So that's the one I'm on now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will member up. But what I think about these, thank you so much for asking and even taking my call. Try to make it as quick as I'm considerate of
take your time.
I'm
not rushing to the dentist.
Oh, okay. The University of Idaho, to understand Idaho murders of like 4, you'd have to investigate the 3 murders of the University of Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
On the same day, the same time, the news stories broke. So it's themed news. So that's how we decode.
Mm-hmm.
You got to, so I take things that, not all cases, it's that gut feeling, Betty, the
mm-hmm.
Christ in us. We all have gifts. And when that little spirit tugs you, that's when I write stuff down because it's significant, right? Because my prayer through Christ is that I try to find missing children, even if I'm just a moderator, even if I'm just an average Joe in the chat that just simply likes and shares. By the way, that's the best thing you guys can
mm-hmm.
do, like and share. But with these murders, like, so it is theme news. You get two different universities at the exact same time. The breaking news, Sunday the 13th, November, broke on Monday the 14th. It was, let's take this to the Idaho King, the Road King stuck out to me. Also, the suspect that could have been, but they cleared now, lived on Queen Street. Also, they released the Virginia name, the shooter to the Walmart. His name equaled 47 backwards is 74. That's how old King Charles is. That's what stuck out to me, because king and king, so duality too, right? You know, it's like there was duality in this. So even like in the Gabby Petito case, well, let's get with kings. Kings, the address 1 + 1 + 2 + 2 is added up to 6. If you take king in Hebrew gematria, it equals 666. That's the 666. So I was like, oh my God. You also got to think about sororities and initiations and what they do for initiations. And boys don't like being told no. There is alpha betas. This is a big number thing. But the Gabby Petito is what blew my mind. Also, the Kylie Rodney case. With the Petito case, there was a 44 pattern. There's a reason why. Like, they won the case, 44 days were only remaining in the year when that was announced. Also, on Gabby Petito's shirt was Zion. Zion equals 44. I'm getting cold chills. You know that little prickly thing? What is that when you get goosebumps? I know it's God, like,
Yeah.
I feel like it's almost a hug. I'm telling you, I almost feel like this is a hug.
That's what guidance used to tell me when I used to talk about stuff, and I'm like, I'm getting goosebumps. She's like, you're sensitive.
Ooh, it's like I'm tingling. I can't explain it. So let me take the victim's name: Ethan, Zana, Kaylee, Madison. You take the 20, and then the 21. Okay. Also, you got to look into why are these kids originally there to begin with? They get grants. They get tuitions paid. There's businesses that actually sponsor kids. I fell into a big, ooh, I got that tingly. Ooh, so I looked into Christ Church. Now, if you look into who Doug Wilson is, Betty, look into Doug Wilson.
Mr. Wilson, I don't have to be honest. You might as well explain it, because I don't have to. I'm probably not going to have time to look into it. So you might as well explain it to me and the folks.
If everybody just types in Doug Wilson, Idaho, Christ Church, it'll tell you everything. People are actually, Idaho is very tight knit community, just like up there in Kylie's, right? Now Kylie's was Scientology, OCCULT for algorithm, because I don't want you to get in trouble like I did. Who gets banned from YouTube when they've never done a video? Like, seriously.
Well, apparently a lot of people did during that time, because there was something going on with YouTube. I think it was a glitch of the system, because too many people got hit.
Trolls zapping us?
Yeah.
It wasn't the trolls, you don't think? Like,
no.
The trolls.
No. Too widespread.
I don't know what that was all about.
Yeah, I think it was a glitch in the system. I really do. And I was talking to the creator, YouTube creator, and told him, I thought that they should be limiting the amount of accounts that anybody should be able to make up, because, we're finding that it's several people with, tens to hundreds of accounts that come and perpetrate all this craziness on people. It's not 100 people. It's usually one person with 100 accounts. And, it's a pain in the butt. So I don't know if they were taking some of those suggestions, and maybe there was people with I don't know. I just know that it came shortly, I don't know, a week or two after I had that conversation with YouTube.
Oh, I see. Yeah, just pay attention to your kids at school, you all, because this is definitely school related. It's school targeted. We all know what's happening in America.
Yeah.
So on a large scale, just seriously watch out for the kids, because the schools have been teaching what I would call anti-evolution stance. They're teaching it in logos. What I would say an anti-evolution teaching is it's like, the young evolutionists, when they believe that the world is only 7,000 years old. It was created in 7 days. In 6 days, God rested. No. No, he rested on a Saturday. We keep the Sabbath. It's these teachings. They're trying to take God away from kids. And that's how so much evil is happening. in my humble opinion, I think it's because a lot of people aren't talking about.
I think it's these damn. I'm starting to think it's these games. You know, when they started talking about video games back in my day, we had Mario Brothers. Like we drove carts around a track. I mean, nowadays you're getting points for murdering grandma and hitting a pregnant woman. I mean, like this is insane to me. Like who needs video games like that?
Did you know you actually have the same gift I do and don't even know it? You know why that knife stuck out to you, Betty? I'll tell you why, doll. God, you're so beautiful. So listen to this. I'm a gamer. Call of Duty big time. Oh my God. If you knew why that knife was so valuable to players, it definitely is occult related.
Yeah.
And it has to do with, that's why I quit playing games. It has a lot to do with, it has a lot to do with why they changed it up, because they want us to kind of know what's happening. It's almost like a cat and mouse game, you know, like a Tom and Jerry cartoon, like that mouse almost gets caught, but it don't. They want you to kind of figure it out, but then they pull away.
Right.
That's why that knife changed. Yeah. You got it, girl. You do.
Yeah, I just I don't know what's going on in our country today, but I know it's getting more and more violent. You know, back when we were kids. I mean, it's not that violence wasn't here. It's just that, you know, even with our fights and our disagreements, you know, we handled it much differently. It wasn't with knives and guns, that's for sure. I mean, we were a pain in the asses. We raised hell, but not like that.
Another gut feeling that stuck out to me was with the Kylie Rodney case. Remember when, and it disappeared from the news. This is what I mean by scripted news media. Remember that the Be Real? Was it?
Yeah, it's Be Real, the Be Real app. Yeah.
Exactly. Remember how that disappeared?
Yeah.
Not a lot to talk about. There's a reason why. Well, the Real came back up again, and this is going to be hard to hear, but just listen. From Kaylee's sister, she verbatim quote said, "They were real human beings, Kaylee and Maddie, and they posted real college things, and they loved it." Okay, it's the way that she said, loved it. Yeah. Keep your kids off social media.
Yeah. And the Be Real app is, you know, we're finding out that a lot of this social media has become a target to the children, target to people in general. I mean, hell, I've even been a target on social media, as many of you guys have seen in real life. You know, it's a little scary out there. And I even talk about, you know, these people that are obsessed with me, and you're starting to see them grow in their obsession, where it went from having nasty posts on a social media account to now posting them driving by my home and stalking me, literally stalking me. And they think that posting it on social media is somehow cool. You just proved that you're progressively getting worse. You went from talking about somebody to them ignoring you, and now you're starting to have action by getting in your vehicle and driving by their home. That to me is very scary.
Oh my God, that for real?
Yeah, it's a lady that's 70 years old, and she's starting to scare me with my safety.
Oh my God, Betty.
Because she's progressively getting worse and worse and worse.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
That's okay. But yeah, I mean, I understand the stalking.
They're targeting Dolly too, like with bull crap letters too.
Yeah, but letters are one thing. I've received letters here, you know, I collect them and they're in a specific spot. So if anything happens to me, they can come and look at those letters. When I get letters, I never throw them away. And, you know, but it does have me unnerved that there is a lady in my town that is getting more and more obsessed with me as the days grow, to the point that she is now physically driving by my home, taking photos of me, taking photos of my house. It's starting to be unnerving, and it's gotten to the point where at this point I've got enough evidence and enough information to go down and take out, you know, file a complaint and get a restraining order, which I'm going to most likely be doing in this week. Well, this week's done, and maybe next week or the week after I will be doing that. But I have all the photos and everything. So hopefully she realizes that, you know, she's crossed the line and she just stops. But if she continues to keep going online, I'm going to start pressing charges.
I don't blame you one bit.
And it sucks because she's an old lady. Like, she's an old lady, but you know, old ladies are dangerous. She can hit me with her car. She can pull out a gun and shoot me. I mean, these are real life things that could happen.
Oh, the mental health in this country is getting worse.
It is. And I'm surprised. Like, if my mom acted like some of these older women acted, I think I would put my mother over my knee and spank her like she did me when I was a kid.
Yeah, I do believe that too. Yeah.
So.
Oh my gosh. So you have a hedge of protection on you because there's a lot of people praying for you and Dolly.
Yeah. No, I believe that, you know, if God wanted to take me, he would have taken me a long time ago. So that's what makes me strong, because it doesn't mean I'm never going to die. No, it doesn't mean I'm never going to die. It just means that there's a reason why I'm here. And until my purpose is done, I'm going to continue to be here. I live without fear. It's unnerving to live without fear, because you know, at times, like with that lady posting my house, you know, and I'm starting to see her progress from somebody just posting stuff online to actually getting in her car. Now, mind you, I live on a dead end road. So she's got to drive past my house and then turn around and drive back past my house.
Dang. That is scary stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have at least, like, you talk to the police and everything?
No, I've got to. My friends told me to go immediately down there, but if you guys know anything, I was so exhausted when I had come back from Georgia, and of course I'm going through some, you know, some funky stuff.
Ooh, yeah.
You know, I'm just now, the clouds are just now lifting, the fogs are just now lifting, so I need to take action on it before it goes any further. But you know, it's still unnerving, but it does show you a progression. Like, you can literally see her progression of obsession growing by the weeks. It's scary.
Yeah, that sounds scary, and I'm not even going through it.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of understand, like, now more than ever, because in the Dee Warner case, her brother came knocking on my door, and she's been missing for over a year now. But that's a different story because you got other callers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it gets scary when like, especially in these cases. I actually really know how you feel, and I'm not even out there.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. A missing woman's brother comes knocking on your door, knows your VIN number to your vehicle. It's kind of sketchy.
Yeah.
And scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you have a very blessed day.
You
Keep
too,
doing
Casey.
what you do.
Take care, and God bless you.
Thanks. God bless you too, hon. Bye.
Bye-bye. So yeah, you know, I do understand the stalking. I understand it. Since I've been on YouTube, I've been stalked in Tennessee. We literally, Marissa and I had somebody taking pictures outside of an Airbnb window of us sitting at a dining table. That to me is scary. You know, I used to think it was games. When I first came out on YouTube, I did not realize how serious it was. I was a very vibrant person, went to a lot of different places. And now because of this, it scares me a little bit. This is Andra. No, this is Betty, I should say.
Hello.
Hi. Who are you and where are you calling from?
I'm calling from California.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I didn't think I'd get through.
Yeah, every now and again you get lucky. Oh, you'll have to turn me down in the background. I can hear the lag in the back.
I know, I'm trying to do that. Okay. Wow, I was going to say I'm just a normal little old lady, but that's not the right thing to say after what you just said.
Yeah, no, we got a lot of older people that don't act like this Yahoo in my town. Like, there's a lot of responsible people, and then there's a lot of people with mental issues, and we have to acknowledge that.
Well, that's, you know, it's just sad. You're trying to do a good thing, and you know, people that try to do good things, they tend to have a lot of people jealous of them. You know, the other night when, excuse me, when Dolly was covering the Walmart fiasco, he was freezing out there and he was getting ready to move to another spot. And this lady drove by and said, "Are you the one that makes money off of babies?" And he's like standing there. He's like, I don't know if you saw that, but
yeah, I heard about it because I watched a little bit. Yeah.
Where did this woman come from?
Yeah, it's scary. And not only that, but we report true crime cases. So, you know, at the end of the day, you know, we are not making money off the backs of these cases.
No, it's like you know, why would she say that to a pediatric doctor?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, this is your job.
Or what about the morgue? They're literally making monies off the backs of victims. Literally.
Yeah.
What about the people that sell caskets? What about the other reporters that report the news? What about LMN and Lifetime and A&E and you know, Crime and Law and Crime Channel?
Yeah. It's just crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But the one thing I wanted to say was I've had this thought from the very beginning. Jake has not been cleared. Now, this is just my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not no psychic or anything. This is just my opinion. He looked online or on a video game or somewhere and found where he could use a knife to kill somebody and they not make noise. He found what area of the body to penetrate or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he took care of that. The dog knew him, so he wasn't going to worry about that. And he also probably found out how he could do it without getting a lot of blood on himself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think there's any way. 4 people, knife. I mean, you've got arteries and.
You know, he probably had something over his clothes or whatever.
Yeah.
So, anyways, he was and this is just my opinion now. I'm not no goody two shoes or anything. I, you know, been around the block a few times.
Mm-hmm.
I still am a senior citizen though. But anyways, this is just my opinion. I want this to come out right. I don't want anybody to be offended by this. The way those girls acted towards each other was a little bit too promiscuous for me. And he got jealous.
Wow.
And just went into a rage. And also the other question I have is, was he affiliated with any of that, the ORTC stuff?
That is a good question. You know, I really don't know. But there was a reporter that did ask the question, you know, could this be related to the ROTC program? And, you know.
I didn't answer that question.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and then you bring it up the truck. Why hasn't the police checked into that? That is such a big red flag.
Actually, I didn't know anything about it. Like I said, I was scrolling through 3 a.m. this morning, and
wow.
And it was just in my you know, on my homepage, and I just happened to see it. I'm like, oh, JLR wrote something, and I saw a truck, and I'm like, what's this? And I read it, and it was just a simple thing that, you know, Jake had sold his truck shortly after the murders, right after the murders, I think is the way it was stated on that Facebook page.
Well, and it's a white truck too.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be a little bit hard to clean.
Right.
But that's just my opinion, and I wanted to tell you about the Dolly thing, and I just couldn't believe that. He's standing there looking like Dolly does. Where did she come from? It's like it was kind of funny, but it's like, what?
Yeah. Yep. I completely understand. Well, God bless you, and thank you for calling in.
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh.
You have a great day.
You too.
Have fun with your tooth.
Yeah, I ain't looking forward to it. So we'll see. Yes, Justice, that I was thinking of you when I said that. I was thinking of you. I'm just joking, but I really was, because I was thinking, you know, let me look at the reality of it. First of all, at the end of the day, covering cases, people are going away from it, whether we want to believe it or not. People are pulling away from mainstream media. People are not watching cable like they once did. They're using alternative methods for videos, you know, streaming, watching what they want at their fingertips, not having to listen to all these commercials and watch programs, be forced to watch programs they don't want to watch. So as people are starting to move away from the normal TV type, you know, cable and into, you know, YouTube and stuff, we're giving them their news on these cases. So what makes us any different? Except we explain. We don't just cover every single piece of bit of news in our county. We talk about real life cases as they're actually happening right here on YouTube. And I don't see why we're being treated so unfairly. If these roaches want to, hold on just a second. If these roaches want to complain about it, tell them to start calling Lifetime and A&E and the Crime and Justice Channel. Tell them to leave us alone. This is Betty. How can I help you? What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, Betty, it's General Awareness. When are you going to Idaho?
No. Like, you will never know where I'm at. You are exactly the person that needs to know nothing about me. But keep trying on those little apps. You're going to be blocked on every single one. Quit trying to use my platform to build your platform. Nobody likes you. Nobody listens to you. Go back to your roaches. Go back to your roach motel. Seriously. You don't. This is the instability. This is the instability. This is the stuff I'm talking about right there. I am not worried about this man. I don't go on his page. I don't watch anything he's got to say or what he or any of his content. Never go there. Don't watch it. Don't participate in it. Don't comment. Don't call his show. Don't do nothing. I could care less whether he's on YouTube or not. But he has to stay and watch every single word that comes out of my mouth because I put the money in his pocket. Without Bullhorn Betty, that man probably wouldn't even be on YouTube. Right? And damn sure is not growing. Get some content, some real content. And maybe instead of buying clowns, maybe buy a stack of missing person flyers, buddy. Maybe do something to help a community instead of hurting it. I have no respect for you. I will never have respect for you. Keep calling my channel all you want and keep trying to put your name out there. It's still not going to help you because people don't like you. They don't like your shit. Okay? Doesn't matter how many times you call the Bullhorn Betty channel, you're not going to be getting recruits from my channel. Nobody likes your shit. Nobody. Except the garbage, the cockroaches you send over here. That's it. You guys are worthless. Worthless. We heard a complete meltdown because MGL was on a show. A complete meltdown from this other crazy, unstable creator on YouTube. She literally, oh my God, we're out here fighting. And like, really, this fight is only in your head, lady. Like this whole thing, like you are so delusional. You haven't realized YouTube isn't a game. We're not at war. I don't care about you. I don't care about what you have to say. Like it is only in your disgusting, thick, and mentally ill brain that this fight, this war exists on YouTube. There's no war on YouTube. There's none. There's just people that are delusional that actually think there is. I don't talk about them. And you don't see me making thumbnails about them, bringing up their names. You don't see me doing any of that. I don't need to. The only reason why they have to bring up Bullhorn Betty is because that's the only way they can attract people to their shitty channels. That's it. I don't have to use their name in nothing because nobody cares about their name. Their name has no weight. They have no clout. You talk to somebody over in Australia, they don't know who this person is or what they look like. I have no clue. I'm turning off let me see who this is. This is Betty. That's what I thought. Who else is going to call? They don't realize we don't want to watch them. We know them. We can't watch on YouTube. Yeah. We know who they are and they don't want to watch. They don't want to watch you guys. They want accurate information. They don't want lies, conjecture, and petty BS. They want real, legit information. Real facts, not made up ones, right? Aw, thank you guys. Oh, that's funny. The killings are connected to the Greek goddess. Show me the proof, she says. Show me the proof. Subscribe. Yeah, and let's see what we, oh, thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you, Brenda. Yeah, and it's just like crazy. Like I don't need to beg and plead for subscribers. Why? Because I provide great content that people decide they want to subscribe to. I don't need to go on somebody's channel and call them. I that shows you the desperation. That creator is desperate. It's a bad look. It's a bad look. Desperation is a horrible, horrible look. Get some help, buddy. Get some help. Thank you. God bless you, Brenda. God bless you. Another great supporter of the Bullhorn Betty channel. We have a lot of great supporters of the Bullhorn Betty channel. A lot of great supporters of people that do good work, whether it's Bullhorn Betty, Dolly Vision, MGL, Justice for All, House of Williams, Chronicles of Olivia, JLR, and a number of other great and responsible creators that go out and get real content and spend their money to help cases instead of sitting on their rear ends. Now, granted, there are some great other creators out there that don't travel, like JS for Justice and Duty Ron and Plunder, 10 to Life. They all cover the cases right from, they commentate on what they hear and what the facts of the case that they understand them are. I just don't work that way. I like being fully present. I like seeing things firsthand. I like having a perspective in my mind of how something transpired, because when I'm sitting on this side, and I've said it on every single case that we've gone on, I've literally said it on every single case that we have gone on, that every time I'm here and I talk about a case, when I get my boots on the ground, the information is so much different. Even if, for example, Gabby Petito, we watched News Nation talk about the location of her in conjunction with the car. But until we walked it and had to go through streams and streams of water to get over to that location and all the rocks under our feet, that was not described to us online. But when we went out there, I realized, man, this is really far away from their vehicle. You think 1,000 feet, it's not really that far. And in the grand scheme of things, it isn't. But when you have to walk over all these rocks and through these streams, multiple streams, to get over where she was, it makes you think, like, why were they over on this side? Why were they this far away? Why were they in the federal part of that area instead of the Spread Creek side? There's a lot of questions, about the tent that was set up and the fire that was going on. That was because she was dying and she couldn't move. And he set everything up right then and there, right at that location, probably trying to keep her alive, not realizing she was as hurt as she was. But either way, it just changed our perspective of everything. This is Betty. I don't know who that was, but we're not going to listen to it. Keep using those quality, you scumbag person. Just keep using them. We're going to go through some text message apps and phone apps today for somebody that's desperate for attention. Sad. Oh, Lord. Oh, and Sonia, I saw Dolly was sporting the Team Foul Play shirt today, right? It was sporting the Team Foul Play shirt. Good job on that, too. Sonia sent me a shirt, and then I happened to wear it while I was in Georgia, and he's like, "You got a Team Foul Play shirt." I'm like, "Yeah, well, you could have gotten yours too." I want one, he says. Well, he got it, and he's wearing it, so congratulations. He's officially Team Foul Play. He invented Team Foul Play, and he's officially now been inducted into the Team Foul Play family. Good job. Good job. Ricky Beavers in the house. All right, guys. Well, we're over our 2 hours. Many of you guys know I've got to be down at the dentist at 12:30, which is 2.5 hours away. And the dentist is not too far from my house, but I do want to, relax a little bit. I, again, am very terrified of needles. I'm very terrified of needles being in my mouth. And I don't like being numbed all to hell. So we'll see how it works today. I mean, it's right there. It's right there. It's on the tooth. It's on the top of the tooth, but it's like right there by the in between, like not really in between them. It's right there. And it's just a little sliver, like it's a sliver the size of the thickness of my nail is what's missing. And I don't like it. It looks horrible. It doesn't bother me. It's not like it's painful or anything like that, but it feels weird. It just feels weird. So this is Betty.
Betty, hi, this is Susan. I've never called in before.
Hi, Susan.
I just wanted to let you know how awesome you are.
Oh, thank you.
Did want to just verify because I've gotten you a little gift off of your Amazon wish list, and I just wanted to make sure you did get it.
Wait, Susan, I do have a card for you. Was it the pens or the pillows?
No, I actually got you a picture for your wish.
Oh, so that was you. So you were Just Breathe. Okay, I didn't know. Yeah, I had a thank you,
Yeah.
and I couldn't remember which one it is, but here it is, right here. And then there's the thank you from it. So I got the little sheets confused, and I did call you out yesterday, but I couldn't remember what the sheet went to. So I did have it on the right item.
Oh, that's okay. I just wanted to make sure you got it.
Yeah, thank you, and God bless you. I appreciate that, and that came off my thank you one. So thank you.
You're welcome. Just wanted to let you know I love you and Valerie so much.
Aww.
And again, like I said, I don't call in. I watch. I'm very shy when it comes to talking on YouTube, but I will continue to pray for you guys and have a wonderful holiday weekend.
Oh, you too. You too. God bless you, and thank you for all your love and support.
Oh, well, thank you. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Yeah,
Oh,
bye-bye.
that was so sweet. That was so sweet. I'm glad she did call because I was wondering because I saw the receipt and I couldn't remember if it was the pin. I opened everything up on the table. I didn't realize because I was saying I never know who's buying stuff for me, but it's because I wasn't looking. I didn't realize you had to look for this little piece of paper, and it's a little gift receipt, and it just says enjoy your gift from Susan. So again, Susan, thank you so much. That was really sweet, and it will be behind me. But Olivia and I are going to be building out a studio in here, so I haven't put any of this stuff up on the walls yet because all this behind me is going to go away. We might be green screening this whole row. We also might be just painting the walls green. I haven't decided which way to go yet. I mean, we've got, this like tealy color in here now, but this is not really the end result of where we're going. This is just how I painted the room when I got it, because when I bought this house, this room was grape purple. Yes. This is Betty.
Hi, Betty. Did you know general awareness?
Yeah, no, don't say that name on here. Quit trying to advocate for him. Nobody here likes him. Okay? Like literally nobody here likes him. If you want him on your go to his page. Go to his page. Like don't be these delusional people. Like show you have some mental capacity other than a 5-year-old. You know what I'm saying? Act like an adult. Conduct yourself like an adult. Like the rest of the people here do. But either way, that name is garbage. If you are, and every time they call here, if you guys are part of them and you see what they're doing here and you are subscribed to them, unsubscribe. Unsubscribe. This is Betty.
What's up, Betty? Satisfied Media.
Oh, nobody cares about you. See, these cockroaches, they have nothing. This is another despicable woman. Why don't you go have a complete meltdown? Go have a complete meltdown over MGL because you are delusional and think that we're in a fight. We're not in a fight. This is not a war that you're going to win because at the end of the day, Bullhorn Betty will be here while your ass is sitting in federal court being sued out the ass, right? Because you've already done pissed off Dolly. You've already done pissed off Bullhorn Betty, and you've already done pissed off MGL. How do you think you're going to get through this, little girl? That needs to come on my channel to try to get subscribers because you're so desperate. That's desperation. You guys hear that? It's desperation. It stinks. It stinks like her cabbage. That's desperation. Yeah, no, they're absolutely delusional. But either way, we're going to go past it because at the end of the day, you guys can go F yourself. I'm turning the phones off anyways. Like, we're past 2 hours, idiots. Why don't you guys wake up at a reasonable amount of time if you're going to stalk me, right? Because all this stuff here is going to be utilized against you. I know you think this is a joke when I say I'm coming to sue you, Savage. You think it's a joke. But see, I'm not Dolly. I'm bringing your ass to federal court, okay? You realize that going to federal court to get an attorney, you're going to need at least 15 grand. Because you do not want to go into federal court without representation. Because then I will take 15 grand right out of your ass. And then I'll lien your property. You better watch your step, little girl. Go bitch on your channel. Nobody likes you over here because you're a roach. You're disgusting. Go stick your teeth in your denture cleaner because it's smelling over here. So anyways, with that, there's that. Oh, thank you, Tony. I'm just now starting to see some stuff coming in here. Jennifer, thank you so much. Aw, vehicle meow. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you, guys. I'm seeing some stuff behind the scenes here on the Cash app Venmo. You know, those things that the hate channels, they don't see too much of, right? Probably why they hate us. Either way, it'll be utilized for a good cause. And yes, we are taking a trip. And the great part is every one of these yahoos have literally no clue where we're going. Like, literally no clue. They're thinking Idaho. Like, they're such idiots. They don't realize more things are going on in this world than Idaho. So go ahead and plan for Idaho, guys. Go ahead and plan for Idaho. Send your clown out to Idaho. Go ahead. Make my day. It'll be lovely. We'll be able to, at the end of this, have a big chuckle about what kind of idiots are out here on the streets of YouTube. Either way, we have a trip coming up in the next couple weeks. We've already paid for it, got the tickets, got everything, the room and board. We will be asking you once we get to our location and start going live that you help us out with some of the costs because it was very expensive. And but again, we're not really looking. But if you guys do feel moved and would like to help donate for this project or any other upcoming projects, just like Dolly, we're all going to be very, very busy this year. So if you want true crime, you want the most up-to-date information, the most factual information, you will want to subscribe to the channels that provide that. And that is done by Chronicles of Olivia, Dolly Vision, Molly Go Lightly, Justice for All. If you want some comedy, even House of Williams is even having a true crime day where she talks about nothing but true crime. So God bless her for that and help advocate for these victims. Who else are we? The JLR is another good one to watch. Duty Ron, Chris McDonough. I know people don't really, a couple of these law enforcement ones people don't really care for, and that's okay. But there are some good people that are responsible and stick to the facts. It's not one of those things, if they think it must be true, because, only people like that are narcissists and probably have delusional issues. Probably, I would bet that both of the calls that came in, probably all 3 of those calls that came in, I guarantee they're probably on some psychotic medication, whether it's for anxiety or something other than anxiety. Not that mental illness, I down mental illness by any stretch of the imagination, but this could be a good explanation as to why, right? Normal people don't act like this. At the end of the day, normal people don't act like that. They act like the rest of you guys in here, where you guys can have problems with people and know how to speak to them like an adult does, not like a 2-year-old child. So if you guys are sick of the kids on YouTube, unsubscribe from them. Unsubscribe. Nobody's going to hate you for it, right? Because to be honest with you, it's your responsibility. If you want the streets of YouTube to be clean, you're going to have to disinfect it yourself. I can't do that for you. Only the audience can do that. And when you guys are sick and tired of this nonsense, you guys will be sick and tired of the nonsense. If you want to keep supporting it, keep supporting it. But again, I don't think it's any of us that are supporting it. I really don't. I think it's this small group. Like, they're not even a considered drama channel anymore. There's no drama, right? There is no drama. It's just hate. It's vile hate channels. That's all they have become. There is no drama channel on YouTube. It's hate channels. They're flag. They know themselves as hate channels. If they're calling themselves hate channels and saying there's no drama channels, we're calling them hate channels saying that there's no drama. What do you think they are? They are hate channels. If you guys want that karma, by all means, go get it. Me personally, I don't look at it. I don't watch it. I don't even look under the hood. I don't care what they're saying about me because I have to respect them to give a damn about what they're saying. Because to be honest with you, from where I stand, they're the ones that look like shit. No matter what they could say ever about Bullhorn Betty, at the end of the day, they're the ones that look like trash. They look like gutter trash to me. And why would I hang out with that? I would never. I'm well above gutter trash. Well above it. But for all the assholes that are out there, keep on playing. And I've got a message for you to boot. And it's a good message. And I know exactly where you should be going and hanging out right now.
Andrea, aka Bullhorn Betty here. Look what I found. It looks like a lot of people on YouTube. Right here. Right here. This is a real ass right here. Like many people on YouTube. All you need to do is show an asshole a little love. Right? Right? Tell him. What you need to do? What you need to do? Huh? What you need to do? Oh, too many assholes on YouTube. Say it. Say it with me, baby. Say there's just too many people. Too many people on YouTube that look like you, huh? So the next time you want to be an ass, maybe you should come out here and hang out with the ass. Just saying. You want to be a jackass? There's your brother.
So, we need to do one for cockroaches. The one that's going to be previewing very soon to a Bullhorn Betty channel near you will be cockroaches. And I'm going to have to find the dead cockroaches in my house, right? We all have them in Florida, right? There's got to be one somewhere. Let me go find the dead cockroach and we'll film it. Because that's the way they are to me, right? I could care less. Like if the two people that have those channels that call here, if they like got into a car wreck, you guys can hate me all you want. I don't care. If they got in a car wreck tomorrow and lost their life, I wouldn't cry. And you know what? They probably wouldn't cry if something happened to me either. I think they're the biggest pieces of shit on YouTube. Really. Nasty. Just nasty. They don't have a good vocabulary or great education. They talk like they're straight out of the ghetto. I know people straight out of the ghetto that talks better than they do. That makes better sentences than they do. Like, get out of the gutter. Either way, we covered a lot on this case, and they took enough of our time. And they're going to continue to keep calling in, but we're not going to bring up them. And if you notice, the reason why they have to call is because when I go to panels, they can't come up here. They're all banned from coming up here. So we may go back to the panel style. I personally like the panel style better. I can preview who they are, and when they come here and do nasty stuff, I ban them. And they can never come here again. Yes, that's perfect. Sewer water. Sewer water. Maybe I'll go stick the camera down the sewer. Make it a scratch and sniff video. Oh, we don't need to do that. Just open a can of cabbage, and you'll know exactly what they smell like. Anyways, with that, guys, you guys have a wonderful day. We know that Bullhorn Betty is in the heart of many haters on the streets of YouTube. While we're talking about cases, they're talking about Bullhorn Betty. So if you are sick and tired of them and you are here because they said my name, consider subscribing. Consider giving 99 cents. 99 cents is the middle finger of YouTube. So if you guys ever see a creator that you love and support and they have a lot of haters there. Oh yeah, he does. And that's okay because again, we will be cracking down, and they know that we are. They know that what we're doing behind the scenes is not going to end pretty for them. They know it's going to take a little minute, but they keep pushing and pushing. They're going to make us move a lot quicker. And when we do, they're going to be on here crying, "Oh, Bullhorn Betty! Oh my God, what did she do to me? Oh my God, she's going to be in the court. It's not true though. She didn't Keep showing up. What does Dolly always say? You play stupid games, you get stupid prizes. If people don't realize I'm a legal professional by now, they're an idiot and they're in denial. And when this stuff starts breaking, it's going to start breaking and it's going to start popping. And you guys will see it front and center because you won't hear it from the Bullhorn Betty channel, but you'll hear all the cockroaches sitting over there crying and saying, oh, how horrible Bullhorn Betty is. Oh my God, I just can't believe it. Oh, she's so mean. Let's go to Twitter and try and take her channel down. Okay, well, you've been doing that for a fucking year. I'm still here. And by the way, growing leaps and bounds while you guys that have had your accounts for so many years are still standing on the sidelines, complaining and wishing you could be me. Well, you can't. There's only one of me, and you ain't it. Anyways, guys, don't forget to be fearless. If you see something, say something. An ounce of prevention. Sorry, it's worth a pound of cure. And if you guys are sick and tired of this drama, disconnect. Nobody's forcing you to watch that shit. You guys want to come over and have fun? Come over and have fun. It's fun over here. It's fun over here. All right, guys, God bless each and every one of you. Go make it a great day. TGIF. And until next time, we will see you soon. Good day.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Get breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.